What's up, guys? Good morning. Good morning. Hope you guys are well today. Let me know if you can hear me. You should be able to. Okay, good. Sound works. All right, we are back home. We are back home. Give me 1 second. I'm going to get my screen up here. All right, guys. Let me fix my mic. There we go. We should be good as for the mic. Let me go get my coffee real quick. There's the SPY. We got HKD up here as well. There's a SPY looking pretty solid today. HKD is at 1750s, and so we're going to keep an eye on that as well. We have mRNA earnings dropping today also. Let me know if you can hear everything. You should be able to. Let me get the music going. And I didn't get enough sleep last night. We got in super late. I hate these captchas because they never really quite. There we go. All right, let me know if you can hear the music. You should be able to. All right, good morning. Sounds good. What's happening with AMD today? AMD dropped earnings yesterday, is what's happening. So here's AMD. So AMD dropped earnings. Surprisingly, though, it's down. I mean, AMD dropped better than expected results here. We were looking at it yesterday evening. And so here's the SPY on the left. Here's AMD on the left. Here's Tesla. We got HKD at 1750s. What's AMTD doing today? Was it AM? What was it? AMPD. What was it? AMTD is what it was. So there it is. So AMTD hit 10s in pre-market this morning. Absolutely crazy. 1013s right now. So we're watching that one as well. Yeah, kind of crazy. I'll be right back, guys. I got to get my coffee. I'll be right back. Let me know what you guys are watching today. We're also going to be looking at, again, the earnings report for mRNA is dropping this morning. And so we're going to be watching for that. We got that earnings call. We have... Here, let me monetize. Okay, we're monetized. We have CBS earnings this morning also. So we're going to be dropping that news as well. Give me 1 second. I'm going to go grab my coffee. Okay, so we are back. Yeah, look at AMTD ripped all the way up to almost $12. We do have a few other earnings to cover today as well. Honestly, it's really nice to be back home at my computer, though. Yeah. Should be a big day today. I'm looking at all the stuff going on. Oh man. So yeah, Josh Hader. I don't know. Juan Soto to the Padres. Did Josh Hader go to the Padres too? Oh man. All right. Largest deal ever. Slightly bad day for the market. Monday, mostly bad. To Tuesday. Question is about today. All right, good, James. All right, good, man. Good to see you back here, James. Happy to see you back, man. Hey, what's up, Daniel? Hey, what's up, Fights with Friends? What's up, man? Yeah, rest in peace, Vin Scully. Dodgers voice. Rest in peace, man. Eyes popping, ears sympathy. Yeah, eyes is popping up. There's ears. I don't see ears. I see eyes, though. Eyes is gapping up to 230s. AMD is definitely one we're going to be watching today. Let me make sure we cover AMD here. I want to make sure we cover this one. Oh, man. I'm tired, guys. I didn't get enough sleep. Not even close to enough sleep, man. Whew. Watching Getty as well. What's Getty doing today? Yeah, so basically what happened yesterday, just to put this into perspective. Like I said, I went to Louisiana because my grandmother's getting put on hospice, basically. And wanted to go see her before any. And so we literally went into BR for a day. I didn't tell people I went there, to be honest, because I'd rather people not knowing exactly where I am. But we went to Baton Rouge for a day, literally stayed a day. We drove in Monday, we left yesterday. And then I even had to do the earnings stream yesterday. And so what we did was we did the AMD earnings stream, and then we drove straight back last night. Didn't get in last night until like 10:30, 11, and then I went to sleep and then woke up at 5:40, 5:30 in the morning right now. So it's 5:44 in the morning. So running on low sleep, to be honest. But the show must go on, as they say. See what else we got moving today. Yesterday we had PayPal move. All right, guys. So yeah, eyes is moving. AMTD dipping all the way down to 927s. Uber dropped earnings. We got Getty that we're gonna be watching too. Yeah, SoFi had earnings drop yesterday. So here's eyes, and then here's ear, which is moving up. I think ear looks like it's probably the one moving eyes. AMTD dipping down to $9. That was eyes, Melissa. My gut feeling is S&P's heading to 4K today. I hope so. Biden's on the chip hill. Yeah. Yeah, sorry to hear that, Joshua. Yeah, man, it was hard, you know. Grandma is 96, so she's getting old, but she's still honestly like she's still there, you know. Like some 96-year-olds, they're not quite there. She was there, man. I was talking to her yesterday. She was she knows everything that's going on, man. Which might be worse, but you know. All right, so yeah, AMTD bouncing back up. It's at 940s. Yeah, sorry to hear that, Joshua. That's tough too, man. But we are back now, and yeah. We'll get some trading done today. I'm glad to be back home, man. It was time. All right, guys, so we do have ear here. I'm going to start bringing up the catalyst. All right, guys. All right, guys. So yeah, ears, eyes popping up. Let me pull up the data so we can see what is really happening here. No, this should work. All right, guys. So ear is up. Let me pull up the catalyst for ear here, and I think that's dragging everything else up. This is Eargo. They do have second quarter earnings dropping on the 18th or on the 8th. They closed the first tranche investment of 100 million from Patient Square Capital on Tuesday, July 5th. No real news here for EAR. It must be sympathy moves. And Chad will probably correct me. Yeah, Hood had positive earnings as well. Yeah, HKD and AMTD, absolute craziness, man. CBS Earnings, we're going to be covering those here now, too. CBS Earnings were, if they're out already. Yeah, so it looks like CBS did drop their numbers. They posted total revenues of 80.6 billion, up 11%. GAAP, which is generally accepted accounting principles, diluted EPS of 223 per share profit, adjusted EPS of 240 per share profit. Total revenue of 80 billion, 80.6 billion, 20, which is up from 72.6 billion year over year. Operating income of 8.5 billion. Up from 4.32 billion year over year. Adjusted operating income of 4.8 billion. Let me see if we can put it. But yeah, that is what I'm showing here for CVS numbers. And then today we do have Mrna numbers dropping up as well. And so here's the CVS numbers according to Dow Jones Newswires. So again, here is the CVS numbers according to them. Looks like CVS posted better than expected results. CVS had net income of 2.951 billion or 223 per share from for the quarter, up from 2.783 billion or 210 a share in the year earlier. Adjusted earnings per share came in at 240. So yeah, CVS posted better than expected results here. If you look at the bottom right chart, here's CVS up to 97.30s in chat, 97.30s in pre-market. I mean, yeah, BABA earnings tomorrow. Today we have Lucid. We've got Mrna coming out with earnings also. So no real new catalyst for Mrna out yet. Conference call scheduled for earlier this morning. Let me see. All right, so conference call for Mrna is scheduled for 8 a.m. in about, let me see. I think it's 8 a.m. Let me make sure. All right, so yeah, the Mrna earnings call is going to be in about an hour and 6 minutes at 8 a.m. market time. Also, we're going to do our Twitter poll as we do here. All right, so calls or puts on mRNA earnings. So yeah, calls or puts. We're gonna post this here, but yeah, you can see CVS actually dropped better than expected results. Post this here also. All right, so let's post it on Twitter too. Calls or puts on Twitter, calls or puts. Again, vote on this poll right now. We just did this poll. Also, follow me on Twitter if you haven't already. There's the link. What's up, KB? There's a Twitter poll. Yeah. It's been a weird reaction to earnings. Yeah, man, it's just been kind of one of those years where we have good results a lot of the time and the market tanks. AMTD at 928. Let's see if it bounces. SPY at 409s here. If we look at Tesla at 914. So, let's see if it makes a break for that 925 previous high up there for Tesla. Hey, what's up, DJ? Let me get my Discord up. Hey, what's up, Kelly? All right, guys. So again, vote on the poll. We're going to do a poll here as well. Bullish or bearish on the stock market today? And the question is, with more big earnings dropping this week, bullish or bearish on the market today? Or should we do... We should maybe just do bullish or bearish on the market today. What's a good poll that we should do on the stream, guys? Let me know. What's up, JJ? Yeah, sorry, but I saw your Discord link. I'll try to give you one post today, bro. One post. Tesla votes for stock split tomorrow. Yeah, that'll be big news too. Again, we're gonna do a poll, bullish or bearish on the market today. There we go. Vote on the poll right now, bullish or bearish on the market today. Let me know. Again, we do have another poll out, so vote on this poll. So far, we got 6 votes. Mrna should be dropping their earnings pretty soon here today. We're going to be waiting for that to happen. Nothing out yet for Mrna. We did have CBS numbers, though. So we did have CBS numbers. What other big earnings were this morning? I know we had CBS. I'll have to look at the graphics. All right, so yeah, CBS dropped their numbers here. Let me post this. We got a little bit better look here for this one. It's going to be easier to drop. There we go. And yeah, you'll vote on the Twitter poll. Calls. Lucid earnings. Yeah, we do have lucid earnings. We do have are you a fan of PayPal earnings? I like PayPal. I think PayPal is vulnerable to crypto long term, though. And I've said this before. I'll say it again. I think PayPal is vulnerable to cryptocurrency as it becomes more efficient. I don't think right now it really matters too much because I don't think crypto is efficient enough to really compete with PayPal in terms of like getting things done. Still, it'll be interesting to watch. And, we're watching PayPal today as well. There's CVS. There's CVS numbers that dropped also. But yeah, we are home. Yeah, what's up, Kim? I don't know, man. APDM is super interesting. Yeah, PayPal $15 billion buyback too. If we look at PayPal on the bottom right, over $100 now. Really bullish reaction to the earnings yesterday. Same thing with like SoFi here. SoFi dropped good numbers. AMD didn't. You see AMD on the bottom left, but SoFi dropped good numbers, or at least mixed numbers. And then we had a few other ones yesterday, but PayPal up to over 100. We had Airbnb that dropped after their earnings report, and a few other ones. Hey, thank you, Kim. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. That's amazing. Thank you, Kim, with the $20 donation. Thank you very much, Kim. We appreciate you. Thank you. Everybody give a shout out to Kim. We appreciate you, Kim. That's awesome. Yeah, Govx. Govx at 315s. So let's see if Govx rebounds from here. We've had some kind of craziness in penny stocks. Revlon kind of woke back up. Redbox kind of didn't, but we have some big movements in penny stocks. Redbox. Again, we had Revlon kind of wake back up some. We got Govx running. AEMD is kind of moving a little bit this morning. I saw Melissa ask about this one, and this one looks okay. I don't know what it's going to do, of course. Never really know. But I think yesterday's extended hour session with the closing bell yesterday, also like a strong close with high volume, 3 million shares plus at one point in time per minute, and then a nice gap up, and then we actually held the previous closing price. I think those are all good signs. I think we should probably look to see if this one holds over the volume weighted average price and retains support there. But yeah, Kim, very generous. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. That's awesome. Yeah, and so we can watch AEMD. Yeah, HKD, everybody's going to be watching this one today as well. Here's Govx. But again, we're watching PayPal. We're watching CBS. CBS dropped good earnings. Mrna up to 166. And so we're watching that as well. Waiting for those numbers to drop for this one also. All right, so there we go. So they did. So Mrna did drop their numbers. We're going to pull it directly from the report here. So Mrna did drop their numbers. All right, let me... So here's the Mrna numbers here. Quarter 2 2022 revenue of 4.7 billion, GAAP, which is generally accepted accounting principles. Net income of 2.2 billion and GAAP diluted EPS of 5.24 per share. They also announced. Let me see. They also reiterated their expected delivery in 2022 of approximately 21 billion purchase agreement. They announced the new $3 billion share repurchase program as well. They have 4 vaccines in phase 3, and they expect data from proof of concept studies in rare diseases and immuno-oncology later this year as well. So they have some stuff cooking, basically. And so, yeah, that's kind of the numbers here. It says today earnings represent a strong second quarter performance with 10.8 billion in revenue for the first half of the year, and we continue to have advanced purchase agreements for expected delivery in 2022 of around 21 billion in sales. They said, given our strong financial position and commercial momentum, we are announcing today that the board of directors has approved a new share repurchase program of 3 billion for Mrna, and it's up to 169. So it's up to 169. So we'll see what happens here for this one. But yeah, good numbers for Mrna. Good numbers. All right, so yeah, Mrna put in second quarter EPS of 5.24, second quarter revenue of 4.7 billion, second quarter net of 2.2 billion. Again, they reiterated their advanced purchase packs for expected delivery in 2022 of about 21 billion, and they added a new 3 billion share repurchase plan. And so we'll put their numbers here as well. We'll put them and CVS numbers up at the same time here if we can. So let's drop these. All right, so here is the updated earnings for today. Okay, so AMTD moving Tesla up there as well. Yeah, so today we have Under Armour. So we have UA earnings also. I don't know how I missed that one. But yeah, we do have Under Armour numbers dropping here. If you look at UA, it's reporting some numbers. I think Mrna is probably the bigger stock dropping results today, but we did have UA here as well, which is Under Armour. I'm actually wearing an Under Armour shirt. So Under Armour saw fiscal year 23 adjusted EPS of 47 to 53 cent per share profit versus 67% estimate. So looks like UA put in a little bit worse than expected numbers in terms of base. And you can I'll see if I can fit these on the screen now too. I should be able to. Yeah. UACs versus 67 cent estimate. There we go. So here is the Under Armour results. Versus 67 estimates. That's guidance for Under Armour. Where's their updated results here? All right, so here's the non-GAAP, which is generally accepted accounting principles. All right, so yeah, inline. All right, here we go. That's CBS. We got Mrna. Revenue of 1.35 billion beat. All right, so we're trying to include as much as we can here. We got Mrna, we got CVS. There we go. This actually works. Beat the all right, so here's the full earnings that we got today, basically. So here's Mrna. It might have covered me up. People say I'm hiding. I'm really not. Hey, what's up, Quan? Yeah, Tony. Like I said, we're gonna get everything we talked about set up maybe today. Honestly, bro, I'm just running on a little sleep, man. It's not that I'm trying to, you know. You're always a good personality to have on stream, so you can hop on stream sometime this week, brother, if you're interested. Just give me like a day. I got to get that contract out, and you know, like I said, my grandmother's in hospice, and so we literally drove down to BR. I went and visited her, and then left yesterday evening. Didn't get in until like 10:30, 11 o'clock, and then woke up at 5:30 this morning. So I'm just kind of running on E. I got to drink my coffee, guys. Cheers to you guys. Mrna pulling back a little bit. We got AMTD at 889s, Tesla up to 920s. AMD still down here. It's surprising for AMD. AMD dropped good results yesterday. This was what was weird about the earnings release yesterday, is that AMD actually dropped good results all the way around. They dropped They dropped EPS and sales beat. They dropped better than expected, or they dropped on par with expectation guidance here for AMD. And so it was a beat all the way around. They didn't miss on anything. They came in on par with expectations in terms of guidance, and they beat on both EPS and sales numbers for AMD, and AMD still dropped. And so very strange. And then you have companies that just post bad results that fly up in this earnings season. It's just weird season, you know. Oh, I saw what you texted me too, man. So congrats, dude. Yeah, for sure, Phoenix, 100%, man. Yeah, dude, she's still cognizant and everything, man. You know, so she's a lot of 96-year-olds just kind of don't know what's going on. She did. She knew. We talked. I hung out with her, and she actually, you know, talked to me and knows what's going on too. Surprisingly enough, it was her decision to go on hospice too, which, it's tough, man. It's tough. Don't really want to talk about it, to be honest. I think I'm just tired. Yeah, thank you guys. AEMD. Q3 guidance isn't going to meet expectations. I think it did, though, for AMD, right? If you're talking about AMD, I'm looking for Q3 guidance. Yeah, I'll have to find AMD numbers. I saw it yesterday. Let me see if I can pull it up this way. All right, so I guess revenue forecast guidance was bad for AMD. All right, so yeah, that's what it was. So revenue, you're actually right in terms of AMD guidance. So AMD guidance was a little bit worse than expected in terms of revenue forecasts. Yeah, that's what happened here. So they see 6.5 to 6.9 billion in current quarter sales, while the street consensus was 6.84 billion. So even though they came in on par with expectation, it was on the lower end of expectation. So it was what I said, which was on par with expectations for AMD, but it was on the lower end. And I guess in this market, even though they had a lot of other really bullish metrics, that was kind of... She called you a whippersnapper, hey, yeah. AMC going up. Yeah, AMC should be ripping with all the craziness, man. Any squeeze market, AMC does well, you know, and AMC's been ripping up too. Yeah, I didn't mean to snap at you, Tony, if I did. It's always like, I never mean, like, I didn't mean it to you. Really, I just meant it to everybody. I was just kind of telling everybody I was going to move on from that conversation. So, wasn't you specifically. I appreciate the support, you know. Declining PC sales outlook. Yeah, I mean, and if we look at Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies here, right, we can see how they reacted to AMD numbers as well. Bitcoin, I looked at it yesterday. Bitcoin is up nicely today on this news. So Bitcoin ramped up. AMD still dropped good numbers, and I think that's bullish for crypto just based off of chips and tech as a whole. I think Bitcoin certainly moves kind of in sympathy with the whole tech sector. You know what I mean? Yeah, so AMC, if we look at AMC here, there's mRNA numbers. Amtd bouncing all the way back up over 950. Tesla over 920s here. Bullish or bearish, guys? Let me know. Vote on the poll here. Right now, again, on our poll today, we got 110 votes. 66% are bulls, 34% are bears. If we look at our Twitter page, we did a poll, mRNA earnings, calls or puts. 45.5% are saying calls, 54.5% are saying puts. A lot of bears on our Twitter. Again, open it up in a new tab, but here is that Twitter poll right here. New episode of Catfish. Honestly, my daughter and I show is Catfish, bro. My job, I had good motives for showing my daughter that show. So my daughter's one of the shows my daughter and I bond on is Catfish. The reason I started letting her watch that show, and her and I have been watching that show for like years. She ain't about to get catfish, bro. She's not gonna talk to some dude named Bob who's claiming to be a young kid. And I told her, I was like, look, dude, I was like, you're gonna get older, and you might have some like really like attractive guy be like, hey, what's up? You know, it might be a 60-year-old man named Steve. Okay, do not trust that. You know, if he's saying, you know, don't trust him. If he tries to get you to ever sneak out or do whatever, don't do it. Watch this show and understand how many frauds and fakes there are out there. And I was like, he might boost your ego. He might appeal to your ego and be like, oh, you know, you're so pretty, blah, 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 blah. Right. Just to try to get you to, you know, meet up with him. Don't do it. You know, don't do it. And, yeah, you know, now she's into catfish, bro. Her and I, you know, we watch it. You know, we're getting into catfish every time it happens. There's some funny shows though, but yeah, that's her and I show now. And again, I think it's an understandable thing. I think all parents should let their kids watch catfish. I think it'll help them be less naive regarding predators out there on the internet, you know. All right, guys. So yeah, 54.5% are saying puts for Mrna. Mrna dropped good numbers here. It dropped better than expected results, I think. Yeah. Don't do what? Don't meet up with strangers. Is basically what we're trying to teach you to do. You know, don't. He might boost your ego or try to get you to sneak out or meet up or whatever it is, and you just can't do it. You got to say, nah, not today. You better hit him with the FaceTime me, sir. You know. You never expect it to be a real person, bro. Her and I were watching that show, and we were actually making fun of this guy called Tony. You know, Tony was hilarious. Just couldn't take a hint, Tony, this kid, man. So Tony just couldn't take the hint. We were watching this episode of Catfish, and so she goes and meets up, and it's this guy Tony, and this guy Tony's like, yeah, this girl loves me, but I think she's fake. It turns out she's the real, like, it was actually her, but she was just dodging Tony because Tony was cringy, you know. Not you, Tony. It was a completely different Tony, yeah. But her and I still joke about this Tony. Let me find him. Tony from Catfish. I want to see Tony from Catfish. Dude, what's hilarious, bro. Here he is. This was Tony from Catfish, bro. Y'all are going to laugh when y'all see what this dude looks like. Hey, this is Tony from Catfish. That's Tony. Look at those skills, man. Look at those writing skills. But yeah, this was Tony right here. Watch that episode. It's actually pretty funny. But yeah, Mrna starting to break down. Down to 163.20s here. Amtd is up to 930s, 940s. Tesla at 920s. AMD at 93.50. So we're watching that too. Yeah, that was Tony. It was funny though, dude. It was funny, man. He met up with the girl, and he was just like, "I thought you were fake," and she was like, "No, I just didn't want to meet you." You know, just dogged him in front of everybody on the camera, and he couldn't allow it. He couldn't accept it. He got mad. Yeah, APDN back up over $9 here. We'll see if it actually holds. You playing in the options in Tesla? No, man. Options in Tesla are incredibly expensive, bro. If we look at Tesla options here, just to pull up the chart, MicroStrategy, again, Michael Saylor is not the CEO of MicroStrategy anymore. If we look at Tesla options here, and this is before it got to the price it's currently at, which is 920s here. If we look at Tesla options, August 5th, so literally 2-day option that expires in 2 days, the cheapest one, the cheapest 2-day option is $1,200. And that is a terrible 925 or yeah, so it is a call option for 925, which isn't really that bad. Here's 925. Basically, they're betting that the market does not hold the gains, which might not be a bad option. It's a 925, $1,200 August 5th strike call option. Any put option on Tesla is over $2,500. Is over $2,500, and it's going to be more expensive when the opening bell hits too. No, this is a call. Yeah, look, I'll even take a picture of it if you want to see it. It's a call option, though. It's on the left side of on TOS. It's right here. There's a call option. It's 1,170 per bundle. Apple up to 161s. Watching that. Yeah, market's doing great. Amazon ripping up to 135s here. Again, Mrna drop numbers. Kind of correcting a little bit some in pre-market right now, though. Hey, what's up, Lady Success? Good morning, good morning. Hope you're doing well. GSAT? GSAT's not doing much. You must be talking about bad advice to daughter. In what way? You're just trolling because... anyways, we're just going to move on from that. Well, the put options are betting that it doesn't hold. The call option is betting that it does hold, which, again, I don't know if I like, but I guess over the bullish strength that we've had over the last day. So, essentially, that call option is betting that it'll be above. You're actually right, Mrna. My bad. You're actually correct in that it's not a put option, but it's betting that it will hold. 925 is what I meant to say. So, yeah, 925 is right there. So, basically, that $1,200 bundle option is betting that Tesla will be above this by... in 2 days from now. So it's essentially betting that the bullish momentum will continue for Tesla. Honestly, there's a reason the put options are so expensive. It's because I think those are much more likely to happen here in terms of Tesla options. The put option, again, the cheapest put option is $2,475, so $2,475 per bundle, and it's a 910 strike price. And so it's basically the cheapest put option is betting that Tesla will be under this by August 5th. And as it goes out, they just get more and more expensive. You know, if you go out to August 12th, which is in about 9 days from now, a little bit over a week, the cheapest option is like $2,600. You know, so it's getting there. Did Robinhood lose money? Robinhood, I think, actually came in a little bit higher than expected in terms of their numbers. They ended up firing like a quarter of their company, though, or laying off, I should say, a quarter of their company. So yeah, basically % of its staff. But I think they actually came in a little bit better than expected. Yeah, so Robinhood came in at second quarter EPS of 34-cent loss per share, which was better than the 37-cent loss per share estimate. So a little bit more profitable than expected. They're not actually profitable, but they lost less. They're losing less money in terms of profitability than expected. They put in sales of 318, missed 323. So yeah, Robinhood technically put in mixed results. It put in better than expected EPS, but worse than expected sales. But they also came out in terms of like guidance. They said they're laying off 23% of workers. They narrowed second quarter net loss, but revenue dropped 44% from the year ago period. And again, I think this is really bad for Robinhood. I don't think it's good. Hey, what's up, Free? Good morning, dude. Hope you're doing well, man. But yeah, crypto doing great. Crypto doing great. Moderna bouncing back up. It's at 164. It's again UA dropping numbers. We got CBS dropping numbers also. All right, guys. So Amtd is up to 930s. We're keeping an eye on that. And hey, we still got 330 people here, so we appreciate it. Mathematical run on Tesla is 1120 next week. Hey, good luck, man. Tesla, where you can even make money on options that are $60, $100 out of the money. It's crazy, the price movement there. Yeah, for sure. Hey, what's up, SPAC? Hey, thank you, brother. Yeah, subscribe if you guys haven't already. That HKD run is absolutely ridiculous. Too many bears, Tony? Yeah. Like if we look at our poll, we got 66% of bulls here, 34%. Our Twitter is usually a little bit more bearish. Like if you look at our votes on Twitter here, and again, y'all vote on this poll. Give me a follow on Twitter. All it takes is 1 second to go click the subscribe button here. But here's our Twitter polls. But yeah, our Twitter is usually a little bit more bearish. We got about 54% saying puts this morning. All right, guys. So yeah, Mrna is up there. Amtd and HKD is going to be in everybody's spotlights today, to be honest. There's just going to be everybody kind of watching these today. Crazy movement so far. HKD is ridiculous. But yeah, everybody's going to be kind of watching this. AMD2, CBS, we have Under Armour. We've got Mrna earnings this morning. Tesla up to 920, basically. So we'll see what happens on that front as well. Yeah, and we'll see if the market holds here. I'm looking at some options to potentially buy today. So we're looking at some potential options to buy. Let me know what you guys like for options for today anyway. Market will probably trade in a range till mid-month before we break out. If I take options, it's very small, and I don't scalp options. I'm never going to do that again. Yeah, I saw SoFi ramp up, so I'm not going to be scalping options anymore. But what I will do is take a little bit longer term day trade option. So I'll look to buy extended dips and then buy the call option and just sell it and ride up the momentum. That's kind of what I like to do in terms of options. John wants me to come build a pool in his new house. Sorry, William. I already got a pool, bro. Dude, we got a really cool pool here, actually, man. Honestly, that's one of the reasons my water bill is so freaking expensive, dude. Y'all didn't hear about the $700 water bill. Yeah. $700 water bill at some points, man. Hey, what's up, Ride? So yeah, Mrna at 165. So you're trying to bounce back. We got Tesla up there to 920s, testing those levels now. AMTD's pulling back. Here's HKD. We're watching that as well. We do have some other stuff moving in penny stocks, like Eyes is moving up. Ear is moving up as well. HereX. So a lot of sympathy moves going on in that front. Hey, thank you, man. Thank you, Jose. I appreciate that, man. What, it's softball? What are the hot shots? It's a softball team? It's a soccer team. Okay, got you. Yeah, my daughter's more of a softball player, man, because I was more of a baseball player, bro, growing up. I didn't really play on any teams in high school, but I went to a really small school, and by the time I was in high school, you know, I just wasn't about it. But I'm pretty solid at baseball. I'm not saying I'm amazing or anything, but if I was going to teach my daughter any type of sport, it was going to be baseball, or softball. And so my daughter's good, man. She's one of the better kids on her team. I knew my daughter was good, and at first, like last year, my daughter's coach wasn't playing her that often. And I've been training my daughter at baseball and softball since she was like 6, 5, you know. But then finally last year, my daughter was playing in outfield, and I was kind of mad because they kept putting her in outfield when she should be a infielder. And my daughter did a throw One of the kids hit it, and the second baseman missed it, and it rolled to the outfield. And my daughter picked it up and threw it all the way home. And the catcher caught it, like, right to the catcher. It went exactly to the catcher. So it was a great throw. Hit the catcher. The catcher was able to tag the person out at third that was trying to run home and tag up. And they got her. And then once the coach saw my daughter do that, they upgraded her. Now she plays second. But yeah. But no, I appreciate that, Jose. Sorry. Kind of bragging about my daughter a little bit. But no, I appreciate the $10, brother. Thank you, man. AMTD, bro. We'll see, dude. Of course, man. Happy to help, Jose. But yeah, AMTD. We're watching it, dude. Kind of crazy this year. Y'all just be careful. Again, especially with HKD. HKD can turn on you incredibly quickly. We actually called this at the Open yesterday. If you didn't remember us calling AMTD at the Open, we told you guys exactly what was going to happen yesterday at the opening bell. We told you guys that we might have some big bullish momentum. We might rip up, but at the opening bell, if we break lows, that we could get halted, and a lot of people are going to get trapped. And that's precisely what happened. We opened up, we broke lows, we got halted for AMTD, and it basically just kind of faded down for the rest of the day. Had a few little small pops, but y'all just be careful with these. Whenever you got so many traders watching one specific ticker or one specific symbol, it could just go against you really, really quickly. Hey, nice. That's dope, Jose. That's awesome, man. Yeah, they were trying to train my daughter for catcher, but they're going to keep her at second. Well, where did he lose it? I should go look. But no, I appreciate that, Jose. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. HSDT. A few people talking about HSDT here. There's 903s. Yeah, HSDT is moving here, but no, thank you very much, guys. Appreciate all the donations today. We got a few different ones, so for that, we certainly appreciate you guys. HSDT back over VWAP here. We might buy something if it pulls back reasonably here. We made some money yesterday on AMDT, but we'll see if it actually holds. Yeah, so this is Helios Medical Technology. I don't see any recent catalysts, so this must be sympathy with either Mpox or something else going on in the market for HSDT. James Howells, 10 years ago, he lost 700 Bitcoin, and now it's 8,000. Where'd he lose it, bro? Is he the one that it's somewhere in a dump and he's kind of looking for it now? I know one of them lost a hard drive in a dumpster, and now they're still looking for it, because if they find it, it's going to be like millions and millions of dollars worth. Question, I'm looking at KD IBM spinoff for long term, but is there a red flag when 10x the rest of the days all happen at the last minute of the day? Low volume all day, then 500K at 359 most days. Yeah, I don't know if that's a red flag or not. It depends on what the float is. If it's a very low float stock, they're going to be prone to getting manipulated easily. Switzerland is now fully legalizing medical cannabis. Wow, that's great. That's great news. All right, so let me looking at KD IBM. I mean, here's the thing, though. This, I wouldn't be surprised at this. This is normal. This is just people selling positions and doing what they need to do. But that's pretty standard in terms of like big closing bells. Like, this is pretty normal. If you look at any stock, it's going to look like this, to be honest, bro. So, like, let's look at HKD. You know, HKD, look at the big influx. Big influx right before the close, big influx at the open. You know, it's just going to be the most emotional time of stocks. We could look at, like, Google and see right before the close. Look at this. So look at Google right before the close. You got 3.4 million shares traded. So it's pretty standard to get a bunch of orders going through right at the closing bell or right at the opening bell. It's normal. It's normal price action. I wouldn't think that that's going to be something that will that would mean manipulation on a heavy level. I think it's pretty standard. But again, no idea what KD is going to do. Good luck. Hope you make money, bro. Yeah, APDN now back over VWAP here. We might buy the dip. We're definitely going to be careful with it, but we might buy the dip a little bit early. Hey, what's up, Emmanuel? Is AMD going to rally back up today? I don't know, man. So AMD, So AMD posted better than expected results, and then even their guidance was on par with expectations. It might have been at the lower end, but it was still technically neutral and on par with expectations for AMD. And so I'm really surprised that it's down as much as it is, even with the guidance that it showed. It wasn't bad guidance; it was just kind of on the low end of expectations, but it was still on par. So AMD, the only justifiable reason I think this could be going on right now. Is, if you look at a 20-day chart for AMD, this might mean some extension. It's up about, 45% over the last 10, 20 days. And so maybe it's extended. We are pulling back here, though. So you can see like this level here, and maybe that's a support level also at about 9150 or so. So we can watch 9150 right around the lows of pre-market, but hopefully it comes back. Yeah, APD and back over VWAP. It's over $5 now, over VWAP as well. CCL. There's CCL is at 940s, 945s. So we're watching that move also. Hey, Don John. Hey, what's up, Mark? I'll have to do a poll on what you guys think my Twitter handle should be. Right now, we're channeling Vegas Vacation. My Twitter handle was Nick Papagiorgio from Huma. I guess I should add. I should add from Huma, but yeah, Nick Papagiorgio is our new Twitter handle. Let me know if you like it, or if you have any better ideas. Don John, I like that one. SoFi, yeah, SoFi posted better than expected results, I think, as well, right? SoFi is ripping up over 7 here. We do have some highs at around 720 of pre-market. We could watch those levels, and let's see if it holds support at 7. Hey, you as well, William. Thank you, man. HSDT. Yeah, HSDT over VWAP at $2 now. There's APDN over 520s. See if it breaks that 560 level sometime in pre-market today. Just be careful with these at the open. I mean, you could watch these, though. They could run, but you just got to be careful. Hey, what's up, JB? Yeah, for sure. It's moving, definitely. All right, guys. So SoFi testing highs again. We got APD in at 524s. Tesla pulling back a little bit, and AMD at 9340s. Pokemon is trending right now on Twitter. All right, guys. So yeah, APDN is at 520, so we're watching that. AEMD. Yeah, Glenn, maybe, brother. Yeah, APDN. There's SoFi on the bottom right. We do have CBS. We do have Tesla rip it up. Here's CBS up today. We did have Mrna earnings drop. It's at 167s right now. 167s. We are watching AEMD. A few people talking about that one, and then AMC popping up to 1770s here. 1770s. We're also over a bunch of big resistance levels. And yeah, like I said, man, I've been saying this for the last few weeks. I thought AMD looked cheap where it was at, or AMC. I thought AMC looked cheap where it was. Been saying that for like a while now. I think anything under like $15 is pretty cheap for AMC, considering the size of their following. Do I think it's going to squeeze up to 1,000? No, probably not. But I think it's pretty cheap when it hits 15, just considering how big the following is. Yeah, man, Juan Soto, bro, biggest trade ever, dude. Juan Soto going to the Padres. So yeah, Juan Soto earlier on the year turned down 15-year, $440 million contract to stay with the Nationals. So this is great. I like the Padres, bro. They already got Fernando Tatis Jr. and a bunch of other good players. We got Josh Bell too. I know they were talking about Josh Hader, but it looks like let me see. Yeah, Fernando Tatis. They got Machado over there third on the Padres. It'll be a fun team. I'm definitely gonna be watching the Padres now. They got Soto, Tatis, and Machado, and so those are some goats over there, man. You know, Tatis is a little early. Machado's definitely a goat. Maybe not the goat, but he's definitely up there. Um, oh yeah, Josh Hader was gotten, man. So the Padres are doing things, man. They got Josh Hader, Tatis, uh, Soto, and Machado over there. I'll watch the Padres, man. Govx, yeah, we're watching that. No, man, I don't think anybody can blame Juan for holding out of the Nationals. You know, the Nationals did dirty to it. They didn't let him on. They didn't let him use their plane and all this stuff to him, man. They were trying to go dirty in that contract thing, and you can't be like super if they're not going to be loyal to you. You can't be loyal to your team either in baseball. All right, guys. So yeah, so APD and up to 540s right now for APD and starting to ramp up. That 568 is the high of the day. AMC at 1760s. So we're watching that. All right, so yeah, the Padres are getting Juan Soto and Josh Bell, and the Nationals are getting Mackenzie Gore, relief pitcher Jarlin Susana, OF Robert Hassel, shortstop CJ Abrams, OF James Wood, and first baseman Luke Voigt. Luke is good. CJ Abrams is solid. Mackenzie Gore is good. So they got a lot of teams, and understandably so. Wait, so if I read this correctly, Benzinga scanner. Yeah, I got you. I'll put it up. Hey, thank you, Neil, for the follow on Twitter. We appreciate that, brother. Thank you, man. All right, guys. So it's not even 8 a.m. yet. We still got almost 400 people here, so we appreciate you all. We got 360 people here. Y'all take the time, hit that subscribe button, guys. We're steady growing. We're going to keep moving, keep growing. Certainly appreciate the love here, team. Naturally. Appreciate the support, guys. Joey Gallo's going to the Dodgers, too. Gallo hadn't been that great lately. All right, guys. SoFi up there. Again, here's Mrna. Mrna up to 168. It's kind of moving up to test those highs here. APDN is starting to move. Look at AMC dip all the way down to the VWAP at 1750s. APDN is at 540s right now. Moving up to test 550. AMD still at 93s here. Any preference on like what charts we have up today? I'm kind of moving back and forth here, but there's AMC. Of course, we're going to watch Tesla naturally here. It's at 918s. And so we're going to watch Tesla, Mrna, CBS, Under Armour. All dropped earnings this morning. Yeah, APDN is moving here. I'm kind of tempted to dip by it, but we're going to wait. How's Govx? Govx is just falling down here. A lot of people talk about AEMD as well, and AEMD is moving too. It's at 950s here, so AEMD is moving some. We'll watch that one to see what happens with that one too. Jeter was good, man. People speculate that he wasn't as good as people made him out to be, but Jeter was great. People just hate, you know. I like Derek Jeter. All right, let me get the Benzinga scanner up since people are comparing. Would you guys rather the Benzinga scanner up, or would you rather just the charts be larger here? Let me know which one you guys prefer. Like I said, we can do either one. We could put the scanners up if you guys really want to, or we could just leave the charts bigger and let you guys see them. And so we can either put the scanners up, or we can do something like this. There we go. There's the scanners. So we can do this. And again, if you guys prefer this, let me know. Rod, yeah, A-Rod. People hate on A-Rod. I didn't dislike A-Rod either. I thought A-Rod was good, man. People hate him because of the steroid thing, but I liked A-Rod. I liked A-Rod too. I liked all the old school Yankees. All right, guys. So APDN is still pumping up. It's at 550s now. Let's see if it holds that 550 support level here. This might be a short-term support right here. It might not be, but volume is picking up a little bit. We got about 200,000 to 300,000 shares traded per minute right now. All right, APDN just broke highs, guys. Got all the way up to 580 or so, 578. It's at 578 right now. So Mrna is breaking highs as we speak. Bonds was the GOAT, and I'm in the group of people that think that they should let them do whatever, you know. Let them all juice to the gills. I don't care, you know. And Bonds was easily the GOAT. I mean, he was definitely juiced to the gills though, but Bonds, in terms of stats, Bonds beats everybody. The only reason I don't think he's the GOAT is because I think Shohei Ohtani's the GOAT, just because of his pitching and batting skills. Yeah, APD and ripping up here at 590 right now. Let's see if it breaks 6. Oh, sorry. There we go. Much needed boost for my portfolio. Jamie, are you a bot, sir? Are you a bot, sir? No. You got LEDS. Here's Mrna. Mrna at 160. Still watching that. APDN tapped up to 590s here, guys. 590s. AMD testing VWAP now. Let's see if it gets back over it. I think I'd hope we see 7 for APDN. Yeah, he was good before it, but he was definitely better with it, Johnny. Let's be honest here. Like I said, I like Bonds. I like Barry. Barry was one of the greats. I think he doesn't get enough credit nowadays, to be honest. And I think that everybody was juicing back then. Certainly McGuire, Sosa, they were all juicing. And so, in terms of that, I think they treat Bonds a little bit unfairly. APDN at 570s. Okay, no bot. Okay, cool. Yeah, so HKD IPO underwriters allocated 16 million shares to brokers whose clients sold IPO shares. The IPO shares were sold but never delivered, which created a multi-billion-dollar short position. And that is kind of what's happening with HKD. Uh, 570s for APD now. 570s. We'll see if it holds. Yeah, for sure, Brandon. 100%, man. And again, here is the full list of earnings today. There's the full list. Yeah, pull back here. Let's see if we bounce off of this support level at 570 here. It is the previous high of the day, so let's see if we bounce there. It would be reasonable to assume we might. And it looks like we are, at least short term. All right, guys. So yeah, Mrna is still up there. APDN is consolidating over that 570 level, which was a previous high of the day. And again, we'll see if it bounces. All right, so consolidating here over 570s, guys. We are consolidating over 570s. We are consolidating. Let's see if we hold here. We might make a push towards 590. If we can get over 6, that's great. Let's see if we can. All right, 577s now for APDNs. 577s. We do have AMD testing these levels here. Tesla at 919s. Mrna still there. All right, so yeah, so starting to test up there to APD in at 580s. Maybe I should have bought it like we wanted. So yeah, there's the 599 break. Testing $6 now. Moderna's still up there. AMD testing. Tesla up there too. All right, so 607s for APD and 607s. Yes. So we got up to 607, pulling back a little bit for APD and now. So let's see if we buy. Let's see if we hold this dip now. So we did break over some previous highs for APD, and now good volume in pre-market as well. We're up to like 250,000 shares traded per minute just in pre-market alone, which is big volume. And again, we'll see if we continue here. Still waiting. Man, this Astros Red Sox game was good. Man, Devers is just so good, bro. Again, Tesla at 918s, 918s, Mrna at 167s. Still watching a few other ones here. Today, also moving, again, we got AEMD. A lot of people are watching HKD to see the sympathy reactions we're going to get with APD in. OPTT Ocean Power Tech, an old school company that we've been watching for a while now. We also have LEDS, which we're watching as well. LEDS. Simi, we got ALNY. RIGL, we've got ear and eyes. Ears and eye. Or no, ear and eyes. All right, eyes is up to 205, so we're keeping an eye on these. Nope, or I guess pun intended. AMTD, kind of the big one again. HKD, got a lot of people watching it and waiting for it here. So HKD, got a lot of people chilling, waiting for this one. Again, a lot of other stuff moving this morning. We had Mrna earnings, we had Under Armour earnings. Vasquez batted for the first time, got out. All right, APDN just broke highs again at 615s. Again, Mrna up there. So APDN just broke highs again. You're bouncing a VWAP. Yeah, I can't watch him, Joshua. The restrictions for home teams is ridiculous. What's up, Chris? Good morning, good morning. Sorry, catch you back up on chat. Yeah, well, that was my age. Ken Griffey was kind of my age of baseball, too, as a kid. When I grew up, it was all about Ken Griffey, Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire, Barry Bonds, you know, Randy Johnson, you know. All right, we're at 609s here for APD and 609s. Got up to 615, still holding and still breaking some of these highs here for this. So still, we still got some pretty big movements here for this one. Yeah, big candle. There's not really any big wicks here yet for APD, and you might be talking about one of the other stocks, though. AMD just ripped over 94s here. AMD just ripped over 94s. All right, now I got to Google Sammy Sosa's picture. Mike Piazza, yeah. Wait, this is Sammy Sosa? Wait, what? All right, AMD back up to 94s. What? Listen, I'm not even gonna comment on this, honestly. But I'm just saying, Sammy Sosa does not look the same. Honestly, I thought there was another Sammy Sosa for a second. Anyways, APDN up to 602s. SoFi rip it up. Yeah, SoFi dropped good numbers here. SoFi up to 719s, 719s, hit 722s as well. So SoFi is pumping up also. So yeah, SoFi looking really solid here. Really solid. Who are you referring to, Jam? You're referring to Manny? I think Manny's one of the greats for sure. I think any of the names we've mentioned here, Sosa, McGuire, Ken Griffey, Bonds for sure. They're all greats. Griffey? Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I think in hindsight, Griffey was good. I think there were better players around at that point in time. But I think I don't know if Ken Griffey quite lived up to the hype. But I think he's certainly one of the greats, PayPal, yeah, PayPal dropped pretty good numbers here at 101.30s. Ken Griffey Jr., that is. I think the cool thing is that Ken Griffey Jr. got to play with his dad on the same team, in the same batting order, or in the same batting lineup right after each other. And there was actually that historical moment where Ken Griffey hit a home run, Ken Griffey Sr. hit a home run, and then next up was Ken Griffey Jr., and then he hit a home run too. Back to back, same name, father, son, same team, same lineup. I think that's one of my favorite moments in baseball ever. But yeah. Hey, what's up, Rick? Don Mattingly, yeah. PayPal, pump it up though. PayPal dropped pretty good numbers. Again, PayPal, it was time for PayPal to have a good earnings report. If we look at PayPal here and we look at their actual numbers from this earnings report, they did pretty solid, and they're gapping up really nicely. They also had good guidance, I believe, for PayPal, right? I think that's definitely helping it. Lately, the name of the game, guys, has been guidance. Guidance has been making or breaking these earnings reports. But yeah, PayPal. Revenue went up. They said good outlook, updated 2022 guidance. So guidance has been the name of the game for earnings, especially lately. Yeah, SoFi ripping up too. There's PayPal up there. SoFi. AMD back up to 94s too. Here's SoFi. It's up to 711s. Are you bullish on Govx? I mean, I'm kind of bullish. I don't think holding penny stocks long term is a good idea at all. But I don't mind the short term chart. I think the short term chart looks good. We've got some really bullish activity. I think $3 is kind of a make it or break it level for Govx though. And so I think it needs to get in hold over $3. And yeah, we'll see. We're also in Snap. We're still holding Snap, guys. If you guys remember, bought Snap a few days ago. We bought a few of the dip buys we've got involved with lately. One of them was Snap. We bought this after the earnings drop. And so again, this kind of shows you my base trading strategy. So we ended up getting in Snap right here at about 920s is what we got in, I think. I ended up riding it up. We caught the earnings drop. And so Snap dropped on earnings. And so you can see Snap dropped here, kind of tanked the market, and we bought up the dip afterwards. We've been riding the bounce back ever since. Same thing we did with Intel, INTC. APDN is now pulling back to that 570 previous high of the day level. You can see it was the previous high of the day from pre-market and extended hours, right around 570, 575 for APDN, and now we're pulling back to that level now. It's a big level, make or break level to see if it actually holds support. But the point is, we did the same thing with Intel as well. We ended up buying this one down at 35.20s. And again, so we ended up buying these dips. One thing I've been doing lately is I've been looking for healthy companies and then buying the dip after earnings. So if it has good numbers, especially, and still drops for earnings, we'll buy that dip too. How do you feel about SQ? I think SQ earnings will be interesting, Fred, for sure. Try not to take any sizable positions pre-earnings. All right, APDN pull it back to 550, a psychological support level as well. All right, guys. So yeah, Mrna up there. We did have APDN bouncing off of 550 support. We'll see if it continues. Duo Bob. Yeah, AMC flying up. Yeah. One last push for AMC. Yeah, so Intel we're holding. We'll see if we continue. All right, guys. So Mrna at 167s here. We do have APDN is back over 570s. I think it's a big level. Duo, DUO. AMD dipping down a little bit as well. Here's Duo. Duo's up some, but the volume's light, and it's big percentage move basis, but I don't know. We just got to wait for that one. HKD at 1750s. HSDT's got a lot of people talking as well. Mostly just choppy and sideways, though, in pre-market. We had a nice rip, but we've kind of been moving sideways all pre-market session. You can see we kind of have a neutral sideways range. And if we break out of this range, great. But until we do that, I'm just not super confident in any direction in a penny stock that's sideways in pre-market. It might run after the opening bell. Robinhood dropped mixed results. For Hood, they dropped mixed results, but they basically came out saying they're laying off a quarter of their company. Essentially, 25 or 23% of their company is getting laid off, and so we'll see what happens with Robinhood. But yeah, again, I don't like Robinhood. I think they need to find some market share, and I think it's going to be tough for them to do so, considering that their platform is not that great. Everybody else offers zero commissions at this point and have much better platforms. And so I think the only justifiable reason to use Robinhood is if you're brand new to trading or you want to trade options, because I do think their options are pretty solid UI for options. But is that enough to justify people staying with them? I think a lot of people use Robinhood in the beginning and then, move on to somebody better, no offense, a better brokerage. And so Robinhood, it's up some, but again, I can't say I'm bullish, and I don't think it really makes too much sense, this thing being up as much as it is, especially when you consider the fact that Robinhood had mixed results and then basically said they're laying off 25% of their company, basically. Now, maybe people can interpret that as a bullish sign, considering they're going to free up a lot of money. But I can't imagine this is being interpreted as positive. And so I'm kind of confused on why Robinhood is up. They're up to 940s, but hey. Hey, what's up, Kelly? Hey, I saw you back in Discord. Hope you're doing well. Hey, what's up, Eric? And I mean, I'm wondering when Robinhood is going to spend some of that money that they're making to buy. I think if Robinhood came out with a new platform, if Robinhood came out with like Robinhood Pro, you know what I mean, and came out with their own brokerage, with their own platform, and ultimately like built it up, I think it could gain a lot of new users and people would try it. I also think if Robinhood opened up their affiliate platform to where it's like Webull, one of the reasons Webull grew as fast as well as it did was because Webull actually paid affiliates. Like Webull was willing to pay affiliates and give away free stocks to affiliates and signups. And so that helped Webull grow massively, as opposed to Robinhood, which has a cap of $500 on their affiliate program. And so it's like no affiliates are really getting behind Robinhood to promote them like that. And I think that's a bad move. I don't know what the logic is there, but I think that's a bad move. Maybe they don't have the infrastructure to pay people like that, but again, I think that's small-minded, and I think it's one of the reasons that Webull has gotten so much larger than Robinhood over the last 5 years, is because Webull has a really good affiliate program. So it's like people like me have an incentive to promote Webull, and then as well as Webull just having a really nice platform at this point in time, which Robinhood still has the really bad UI platform all around. So yeah, just I don't know if it makes much sense, but let me know what you guys think regarding Robinhood. AMD up there to 9380s. Yeah, bad is good lately. Well, it does seem that way, but again, a lot of it is based off of guidance. And so this current market, a stock can have great earnings and great revenue, better than expectation in terms of EPS and sales and revenue and all that stuff. But when they drop their guidance, if it's worse than expected, stock's almost certainly going to drop short term. That's kind of what's been happening lately, is that companies, while they might have earnings beat on their historical numbers, when they come to guidance, they've been underperforming and having lower than expected expectations. And that has been tanking a lot of these stocks. Bro, Bitcoin should pump or dump. On what time frame? Yeah, Webull is PFOF. Yeah, AMD didn't have good guidance. It had neutral guidance. So AMD came in on the lower end of on par expectations for guidance. So AMD had good historical metrics, but neutral guidance, which is causing it to drop, I guess, in this current market. Because again, a lot of these companies are basing everything off of guidance. PayPal just broke high, so PayPal got up to 102.60s. Yeah, I think that's probably true, Kelly. Kelly said I think it's overwhelming for people to use other platforms and they don't want to take the time to learn, and that's why they use Robinhood. Yeah, Robinhood is very simple, very easy, very beginner-friendly UI, especially with like options and stuff like that. But again, what happens is that people sign up to Robinhood and then once they actually know something about trading, they usually switch to somebody else. Now, well, yeah, I mean, it depends on AMD had good numbers, and so Bitcoin's pumping up today, up 2% on the day, about 23.5K roughly is where we're sitting for Bitcoin. And we'll see if it continues. Yeah, man, I was just shocked, Mrna, at Sammy and what he looked like, but listen, I'm not even going to comment on it. It's just not even worth it. I don't understand why, but, he makes his own decisions, and he's still one of the GOATs. I think we gotta give him a little bit of respect. But yeah, just looks different. PayPal pump it up at 102.25s here. 102.25s. APDN is at 550s. All right, guys. PayPal at 102.20s, 102.20s. APDN is at 540s. APDN, yeah, APDN pulling back to 550s. Let's see if it holds now. I just switched to Thinkorswim, so much to learn. Yeah, it takes some time, but once you learn TOS, it's really nice. It's super. It's my favorite platform by far. AMD popping back up. It's at 94.70s here. Bitcoin pumping. Yeah, TOS is nice. A lot of good stuff. Yeah, Bitcoin's been ramping up today, which is great. Bitcoin's been flying up. All right, guys. So yeah, PayPal up there. AMD bouncing back. So we are getting a tech rebound right now. APDN did dip under the VWAP at 550. It's down to 534s right now. 534. So we did see a dip and all that. AMD is now at 94.50s. We got Tesla at 920 here. So just a big day for numbers here. We got a little bit over an hour before the opening bell. So again, hit that subscribe button if you have not already. Yeah, TOS does eat a lot of memory. So I think AMD earnings are boost, or I think people are bullish on Bitcoin regarding AMD numbers. And Bitcoin's pumping up. It got up to 23.6K. Let's see if we can break and hold over 24K is the goal here, I think. But yeah, AMTD, HKD just going absolutely nuts right now. Uh, 102.15s for PayPal, 102.15s. We got AMD at 94.30s. Watching that. Again, APD is back over VWAP here. Tesla's up to 919s. The Tesla high from the last few days is right around 923s or so, 923.50, just under 925. And I think 925 is a big psychological level. We do have 935 from the first. So really the last 3 days, 935 is the high. But we got some levels on Tesla that we could pay attention to. AMD is still pushing up some. And so we'll see if it holds a VWAP here. Again, I thought AMD had a little bit of a oversold reaction to earnings. I think AMD had good numbers for the most part. They put in on par with expectation guidance. And so the fact that AMD dropped post earnings was kind of strange to me. But, again, it's one of the reasons like a lot of new traders get involved and they think that you could just buy up good earnings and sell bad earnings. But sometimes it doesn't work like that. There's a lot of nuance behind it, especially with regards to like guidance on these numbers. And, it's just not going to work that way. You gotta look a little bit deeper with earnings reports to see what, what might happen, I think. Again, Mrna dropped earnings today. So did UA. So did Cbs. So we got a bunch of different ones. But yeah. Interesting market today. This evening, we've got Lucid. What other ones do we have this evening? Let me find the earnings graphic. Okay, so we got Lucid. We got TWLO earnings later. We've got Lyft. Or no. Today we have eBay. This evening, we got eBay earnings. We've got Lucid earnings, I believe. Lucid earnings are going to be coming out this evening. We've got MGM. We got McKesson. We got Allstate. We've got Fisker, Western Union, Booking, Fastly. Again, here's Lucid. I'm pretty sure Lucid numbers come out today, right? Let me make sure. Let me check Benzinga out. And again, if you want to try out Benzinga completely free for 2 weeks, Benzinga drops all these numbers completely free for 2 weeks. If you try them out, you can try them out for free for a few weeks without even needing a CC number. So if you want to check out Benzinga, I'll post this link here. Try them out for 2 weeks. Great news source, best news source in the game, in my opinion. They also have scanners. Well, yeah, with any type of analysis, Chris said, John, so I've been spending the last year looking at mainly stock news from different sources, and there are massive discrepancies in the so-called analysts. Some expecting bad news, others not at all. Yeah, I think news reporting and journalism and stock trading, especially with the subjective nature of it, is going to vary. Just very subjective analysis, you know, in general, analysis is like a really subjective, opinion-based thing. And so with that, you know, we're going to get broadly different expectations and reactions, I think, for stocks, and that's just the nature of it. What's up, Nita? This morning on news, they mentioned the same thing, and some guy said AMD will go up when the market opens. Certainly possible. Hey, got you, Pawn. I appreciate that. Yeah, man. I still gotta up my. If anybody knows MLB The Show, do not play Pawn. You don't want that smoke from Pawn, man. Pawn is good. Pawn is good. I'm good too. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm pretty solid. But Pawn, he's got the dream team, and he's good. I'll still have to get my rematch in one day, bro. You've been trading for a while. Is that normal for these guys to be on such planets on how they see the economy? Yeah. You know, again, just the subjective nature of it, it widely varies in terms of like expectations, realities, you know, interpretation of results, interpretation of potential news coming out. There's just a lot of big discrepancies in it. You know, I think the really big boys most likely take positions based off of their news stories dropping, and so I think they might have some bias in that regard as well in terms of holdings for like the big news sources. You know what I mean? So I think that might make them even more of a difference in terms of what they actually post and say and view. But yeah, it's the stock market, so it's like we're just gonna have widely different stances, widely different views, widely different expectations, just very subjective. Oh, Pawn put it on me. Yeah, bro. When we played, dude, Pawn beat me for sure. Yeah, you don't want that Pawn smoke. You really don't. In MLB The Show. Hey, good morning, Anita. I don't really play big earnings anymore. There's no real way to know what direction money will take it. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, guidance expectations is usually the big mover here in terms of earnings, like what guidance comes out is basically what people expect in the future. Yeah, first pitch. I played Pawn in MLB The Show. I had Juan Soto. Not as good card as like 85 card. First pitch, I hit a homer. I thought I was about to win, bro. I was super hyped up. I was like, yeah, I got this. Then didn't get a home run after that. No home runs after that. Yeah, for sure. OPEC Plus will boost oil. Yeah, I see oil making moves. All right, guys. So, hey, APD is moving up there. Big movements. Lucid up there. We're still watching like PayPal, Mrna. PayPal up there. SoFi testing highs at 719s. All right, guys. APD it up to 550s. Yeah, we're gonna have a powerful opening today. I hope so, man. I hope so. Yeah, Mrna moving. SQ. Yeah, doesn't SQ have earnings today? I didn't see the SQ earnings. So SQ earnings are today, just to confirm. I wasn't sure. Honestly, I'm really glad to be back at my computer, though. But yeah, I wasn't sure. So SQ does have earnings today. How big are SQ earnings usually? Like, I try to cover the really big earnings sessions. Yesterday, we did AMD. Let me look at market cap. So, like, we could use AMD as an example. Here's AMD. If we look at cap here, AMD's got a market cap of about 160 billion, so a sizable company. In terms of SQ is about 45 billion, so a noticeably smaller company. Yeah, so SoFi pumping up is at 719. It's about 25% of the size. Hey, what's up, Beach? SQ going up, yeah, for sure. For sure, smiled. We'll check that out, bro. We'll check it out. Again, as SoFi is up big from their earnings session as well. There's SoFi at 720s. Yeah, PayPal ramping up, SQ. Yeah. Bitcoin up to 23.5K. Got all the way up to 23.6K short term. So let's see if Bitcoin holds here, but Bitcoin's moving. All right, so far we're up to 720s. All right, guys, so AMD is moving up there. We got SoFi at 719, so we're keeping an eye on that. PayPal making moves. AMD up to 94.50s here. I kind of want to buy this dip. I do think AMD is a little bit cheap. Let me buy a short-term dip for AMD. What are we going to get, like 10 shares here? A little bit late, I think, to buy the dip, but we're going to get in 10 shares, maybe add to it if it breaks down to like 94.30s or so right here. We pull back there. Maybe if we dip to VWAP, we'll add a little bit more, but we just bought 10 shares of PayPal. We'll see if that holds. Small position right now. Just kind of taking the dip. APDN still consolidating over 550s. And so we'll see if APDN can hold that 550 level. It's still trying to consolidate up there. Making some moves. SoFi breaking highs as well. We do have Mrna. APDN falling back down again. We might add to AMD too. PayPal had good reactions to the stock market. All right, so Tesla at 919.50s. We got APDN at 530s. Ears traded 20 to 30 million shares already. Yeah, I saw ear and then I saw eyes as well. Here's ear. See, but ear's just another penny stock that gapped up big and then pulled back some, unfortunately. I just see these so much, man, where a penny stock gaps up and then basically fades back down. Now, if it breaks back over VWAP and holds, I think that's a great sign. We got eyes moving as well. Eyes did the same thing. And so these are all sympathy moves with each other, it looks like. Airbnb, long-term hold. Yeah, Airbnb looks good. APD back over 550. It's kind of consolidating up there. We'll see if it holds those support levels too. All right, so we're also in PayPal. We bought the dip. APDN did bounce back up some. Yeah. Bitcoin, huge red candle in the 5-minute. Yeah, it's a pretty big candle. I mean, we're up so nicely on the day, though. Hopefully, we just hold some of these gains. I think it's all relative to what tech is doing for Bitcoin. Yeah, 80 profit's good. Green is good, they say, you know. What's up, locate? Airbnb. Yeah. So PayPal. Still watching PayPal. Here's PYPL. Up to 102s. Again, we are in AMD. Maybe we should add a little bit more to this. This is kind of a smaller position for AMD, but we're hanging out. We're waiting. AMC is looking like it did it. Yeah, I think AMC is just running up on the short squeeze momentum we've had over the last few days. I also said, like, people act like I'm just some huge AMC hater. The reality of it is, if you guys remember, I've been saying this for the last few years. Every time AMC dips down to $15, I tell people I like it. I tell people it looks cheap. I think AMC has a huge following of traders. And so anytime it dips down to like 15 bucks, I'm usually pretty bullish on AMC, short term. Now, again, do I think AMC is going to hit 1,000? No. But I think whenever it gets down to 14 and 15 bucks, that's pretty cheap for me considering the size of their following and the momentum that they've had over the last few years. And so every time AMC goes down to like 13, 14, 15 bucks, I like the dip. But again, let me know if that's something you guys trade too. DJ high stocks. AMC is looking like it did about a week ago. Do you think it will hold? I'm not sure. Yeah, AMC earnings tomorrow. Yeah, so that'll be big news for the stock market. AMC earnings tomorrow. Tesla back up to 920s. Yeah, all good, Ryan. Y'all do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, guys. And again, if you haven't already, hit the like button or hit the subscribe button as well. If you're first time watching, we do this live for free every day. We don't charge anything. We don't trade. We don't charge for anything. We don't claim to be experts. All the content we put out and the knowledge we put out is completely free. And so in the end, we try to give away free trading content. We just try to be like, I want traders to understand, like, hey, beginner trading is the place to go for free trading content. And so if you help us grow, we certainly appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button, guys. Hit the notification bell as well if you have not already. Growing pretty nicely, too, over the last few weeks here, man. It's been a fun few weeks of growth. Pushing towards 82,000 subscribers. I thank you, Rick. Yeah, definitely top 3, Rick, for sure. Do you think AMC will get to $50 again? I think eventually it probably will. If and when, I don't know, I guess. But I think it probably will. Hey, thank you, Sean. We try. Yes, sir, Fonz. We appreciate that, man. AMC looking over stretches again, probably $18. Yeah. Again, I think anytime AMC dips down to like the $12, $13, $14, $15 level, I think when you consider the huge following AMC has, a lot of people talk about AMC like it's some crazy parabolic short squeeze, and that's not really what this is. This is just a big following stock. This is just a stock that a lot of traders watch and are holding, but it's not some crazy big short squeeze. You know, short float's just not big enough. Float size is too large as well. Yeah, thanks, Rick, man. I appreciate it. How much cash flow is 82,000 subs producing? Well, it's not about subs, it's about views. And, you know, short term, we average about 5 to 10,000 views a day. We pull in 6 figures. I'm not going to be exact, but yeah, we gross 6 figures easily. AMTD back under 550s here, under 550s. Yeah, I think a lot of people are at AMTD. Again, APDN holds 90% or owns 90% of HKD is what's going on. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Fonz? Hey. So we'll see what we get, guys. We'll see what we get. We're at 520s, 530s. right, so AMD bounced back up here. I never got my ad. I wanted to add another 10 shares here, but it's all good, I guess. I did want to add that 10 shares, but all good. We got less than an hour, guys. What's up, Kelly? Yeah, $16,000 investment. Yeah, but who's going to invest 16,000 into HKD? That was the real question here. You know what I mean? Like, I think while we can look at HKD and say, wow, this thing has gone absolutely nuts over the last week, the risk that you're getting involved with by putting that much money into something like this is very, very high. Very, very high. And so, of course, the reward is certainly up there as well. Just be careful. You know, this thing does not move that much. The reason this thing is squeezing so big is because there's some nuance behind, like, people being able to exit. Somebody said it earlier. I'll have to find out exactly what's going on. But yeah, there's some nuance behind people being unable to exit their positions, shorts being unable to exit their positions specifically. And with that, they're getting squeezed to, you know, the obscenely high numbers that we have been. So just be careful in this. TLRY. I just gotta verify these RIP posts. All right, guys. So APDN is now under 550s. It's consolidating underneath that 550 level. Now, I think that's a big level, but I think $5 is also big as well in terms of like psychological support here for APDN. Still watching HKD. Kind of craziness is going on here. We got SoFi moving also. SoFi kind of consolidating, but testing highs. The range is just small for SoFi. Again, PayPal dropped some pretty good numbers yesterday as well. It's at 101.70, and I think Bitcoin is reacting to all this tech news and stuff going on with sympathy. In terms of other movements today, we got AEMD. AEMD was up there. We've got CEMI was moving up a little bit. It's at 122s. We got EAR and EYES. Both of these have previously ripped up and now are kind of quieting back down a little bit. HKD, of course, is what everybody's paying attention to. Kind of craziness for this one also. So, yeah. All right, guys. So Tesla at 918s, 919s here. AMD still pumping up here. So we did buy the dip in AMD. I kind of wish in hindsight that I would have gotten more, of course. But we're holding a piece, and I guess that's as good as we can expect here for this. Here's the SPY itself. So the SPY itself is at 410s, gapping up pretty nicely in pre-market sessions. In today's pre-market session, I mean, Q was up there too. So Q was up to 316. We got Meta boosting back up. Meta looking very strong today as well. If we look at like a 20-day chart for Meta, it's sideways after their earnings report a few weeks ago. So that'll be fun to watch too regarding Meta. APDN is now dipping down here, and here's HKD at 1800. So we're watching that, but again, SoFi is another one that we're keeping an eye on. Thoughts on AMTD? High risk, high reward is what it all boils down to. Now there's some stuff going on. James, we got APDN is moving big. APDN is moving big. Huge rips yesterday for APDN. It's at 560s. Or AMTD is actually the one I was talking about. So AMTD is a big one too. AMTD owns 90% of HKD. And so AMTD is consolidating at 830s right now. APDN is at 513s. So we're keeping an eye on all that stuff too. But yeah, we've got some movement. Watch APD and AMTD. AMD had earnings this morning. We had Moderna earnings, so mRNA. We had UA, so Under Armour earnings. We had a few different ones. CBS earnings also, and so CBS, UA, Moderna, and then this evening we've got like Lucid, which is moving a little bit, and just a bunch of others. Tesla is up to 918s now, consolidating, but yeah, that's kind of our watch list so far. All right, but yeah, Robinhood had some crazy news coming out too. I mean, if we look at Robinhood here, 940s. So Robinhood laid off 23%, or it dropped news that it's going to lay off 23% of its workforce, and it is gapping up some. I'm not sure the logic here. If you guys know the logic behind Robinhood to gap up, let me know. I know they had mixed results. They had mixed financial results. On par guidance, I believe, but then they came out saying they're laying off 23% of their workforce, and it's gapping up, which is just very strange, but it's up there. Again, AMTD, another crazy move that a lot of people are going to be watching today, and we'll see if it continues ripping up. There's AMD at 95s here, so we ended up buying this dip, and I guess we'll keep riding this back some. Chris says, John, what's your thoughts on that? In my opinion, and regarding foreign policy, I think we should just I think the U.S. needs to mind its own business in a lot of ways, to be completely real. I think I've never really, I don't want to get too political. I've never really agreed with the U.S.'s foreign policy. I think most of it is based around oil and the petrodollar, and I think that makes the U.S. Foreign policy a little bit over aggressive. And I think we need to tread lightly with this type of stuff and just be careful, sticking our nose and stuff. Hood is volatile. Hood, crypto value, and traffic. But yeah, Hood got sued, or Hood got charged $30 million by, I think it was like the New York, let me see who it was, for Robinhood crypto. So yeah, Hood's laying off 23% of its workforce. They also got charged by, I think it was like the New York something. Hold on, let me find it. Yeah, Robinhood was fined by New York regulators. They said that the crypto unit was uncompliant. They basically said, and this is all quoting from Superintendent Adrienne Harris of the New York State Department of Financial Services. Again, this is all quoting from her. And she said, quote, as its business grew, Robinhood Crypto failed to invest the proper resources and attention to develop and maintain a culture of compliance, a failure that resulted in significant violations of the department's anti-money laundering and cybersecurity regulations, end quote. So yeah, Robinhood just got charged $30 million because of that. Basically what they said was that Robinhood did not have enough infrastructure in place to do what they were doing with their crypto segment, their crypto brokerage part. And so basically they said that they didn't hire enough people to watch the oversight, and because of that, they're charging them $30 million. Yeah. And so again, it's even weirder when you see, like, look, here's Robinhood. Robinhood went up on this news. So again, here's Robinhood's 5-minute chart. Robinhood is actually green on this news and the fact that they're laying off 23% of their workforce. I just don't understand why Robinhood is up. Yeah. Oh, you mean China canceling their battery contracts? Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's good. Of course, I don't think it's good. I've always been very, very hesitant to invest in like Alibaba and other companies like it because, whenever there's just too much political, vulnerabilities. There's too many political vulnerabilities for stuff like that. And so I've never really been a big Baba holder. I cover it because it's big news, but yeah, I'm just really careful with those because I just think there's risks. Yeah, layoffs mean they're saving money, but I guess this is what I don't understand, right? So Robinhood got charged $30 million by the New York State Financial Services Division. And one of the reasons they were charged $30 million is because they did not hire enough employees for Robinhood Crypto. That's one of the main reasons they were charged $30 million. And so I think to follow that up with like, hey, we just got charged $30 million for not having enough people and infrastructure here in Robinhood Crypto, but now we're going to go ahead and lay off 23% of our workforce. And now we're going to gap up because of it. It kind of truly shows the market doesn't make sense sometimes. I guess there's some more nuance that, you know, we might miss in terms of like them saving money from not having to pay all those people. But like, again, I just think it's strange. In the end, it all boils down to guidance, and yeah, they might make more next quarter because they're not having all those payrolls, and so I mean that's a reasonable assumption there, and that might be why. But it's just odd. Yeah, Robinhood just dumped down here a little bit too. On a 1 minute chart, it just dropped from 950s to 930s. Again, still looking at like PayPal, still looking at SoFi. PayPal up to 102s, breaking highs. SoFi up there as well. Again, AMTD. Crazy potential short squeeze. Going to watch this one in HKD heavy today. Yeah, we'll see. Hood is taking now. I don't know if it's tanking yet, but it's dropping pretty big. All right, guys. So yeah, AMTD again. Are y'all bullish on AMTD? I guess is the question today with the whole HKD AMTD fiasco and all the stuff going on. To be honest, Chris, I've been traveling a lot lately, man. Like I said, we went to BR. We left. This is my last 3-day schedule here. We drove to right outside New Orleans. So Monday we left after the stream. Drove all the way to just outside New Orleans. Stayed there overnight. Visited my grandmother in the morning, who's getting put on hospice. And then I drove to BR, did my earnings stream yesterday for AMD, and then drove back home yesterday at like 5:30, 6 o'clock. Didn't get back home until like 11:30 Central Time, which is where I am, and then had to wake up at 5 a.m. Central Time this morning. So we're just running on E today, man. Just running on E today, guys. So I haven't even been paying attention to all that stuff, to be honest. Haven't been able to see a lot of that stuff. I've been keeping up with it. I've been watching it, but yeah, it's just been super busy. Options are, I'm not sure about Redbox. I think Redbox has been super volatile as well. AMD pulling back a little bit. AMTD is at 850s now. So again, what do y'all think of this? Are y'all bullish in this? I guess is the question. None for Redbox. Yeah. All right, guys. So AMTD possible big squeeze. Yeah, for sure. We're gonna watch it. HKD, we're watching that one as well. APDN starting to push back up to VWAP at 530s. Should I add more for AMD? I'm tempted to here. We'll go ahead and add a little bit more, another 5 shares, maybe another 10 shares on this dip here. Yeah, we'll go ahead and add 20 shares for AMD. So we're in on 20 shares now. We're already pretty green on this trade, and so I like the dip buy. We'll see if it works, though. I played HKD and AMTD Monday, Tuesday with trailing stops, reminding me of the good old DWAC days. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but having FOMO too hard, too much, too cold will kind of make it to where you take unnecessary risks. Like some of the biggest account killers in trading are FOMO, because like when you watch a big move and you miss it, following that, a lot of the time traders are just overly aggressive, right? And again, there's always going to be more moves. Like you can't take hindsight trading and say, hey, if you would have put $15,000 into AMTD or into HKD, you would have made 500K or whatever. That type of correlation is never like a good thing, because the likelihood that anybody is going to put $15,000 in a super obscure penny stock, number one, if they do, a lot of that is gambling. A lot of that is like a gambling mentality that's not going to be successful for your account long term, unless you get lucky. The other thing is that it's kind of like the equivalent of saying, hey, if I would have put $2,000 into Amazon stock in 1999, I'd be rich. It's like, yeah, but who's going to do that? Nobody knew back then that it would do what it did. And so hindsight FOMO is always can be destructive. And so y'all just be careful. You know what I mean? I'm not saying you shouldn't take some big risks or trades. Just be careful. Most penny stocks certainly fail. You know what I mean? And so if you look at them, a large majority of them will fail. If you try to trade ABC penny stock like you would have to made big money on HKD, most of them are not going to do what HKD did, Yeah, AMD. Again, we ended up buying a little bit more. We're in 20 shares. I was looking at HKD when it was 10. Yeah, for sure. But again, no offense, but you probably should have been scared of it. You know what I mean? HKD has a tiny range, just a strange move, a very tiny range, very spready stock. Did not look favorable at $10. And of course, in hindsight, it ripped up crazy amounts. But I don't think you can judge hindsight in that way. And I don't think you should beat yourself up over missing something that didn't look that great in the beginning. Like, sure, in hindsight, it did big, powerful things, but the risk that you're going to take taking that type of position consistently is probably too much, Yeah, there are opportunities every day, 100%. All right, guys. So AMD is at $95, $95. So we'll see if it holds. Again, we're in 20 shares. Small position. AMTD is at 850s. Yeah, they also make a big bag selling courses, It's HKD is one of them once in a lifetime stocks. Yeah, for sure. And again, it's one of those things where it's like, look, looking at a risky move in stocks is looking at a risky move. That risky move might pay out. You know what I mean? It's kind of like this. The easiest way to explain it is like, you could look at the lottery and be like, hey, if I would have just bought a bunch of Powerball tickets, I might have won money on this. You know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, but like the likelihood that that's going to happen is very low. And the odds of that are still pretty bad, right? So even if you see somebody that wins the lottery, the odds are still very low that you're going to win. You know what I mean? And so in terms of probabilities, you can't really get too upset over missed moves in a low probability setup. Yeah, people are saying that why is Govx still selling off? Most likely because it's a cheap, terrible penny stock. Uh, it's just a penny stock. Most of them are terrible companies. No offense. Yeah, it happens every few years. GameStop, Ears, Kodak, DWAC. If you're really old, if you've been trading as long as I have, you'll remember Dry Ships, DRYS. There's a lot of them. They happen at least once or twice every year, so there'll be other opportunities. All right, guys. Yeah. But it's actually completely different than AMC and GameStop. The difference here, and again, if you want to see why they're different, okay? If you look at HKD, the difference between this is GameStop and AMC is very clear. AMC, GameStop are much more well-known stocks. They're much more well-known stocks. The other thing is volume related, right? HKD, if I took the price of this outside the equation, right? If I didn't see any of this here, like if I looked at HKD chart like this, basically, and if I just saw this, I would think the chart looked horrible because it does. There's no volume with this, right? Like this thing is squeezing up obscene amounts with zero volume with 2,000 shares traded per minute. Literally 2,000 shares traded per minute, which is incredibly low, right? And so it's like you look at it, it doesn't look that good. It doesn't look that good. The liquidity is terrible, right? So you take a sizable position here. The question is, are you going to be able to get out of this position? It's only doing 2,000 shares a minute. That's pretty low volume here. And so, again, I wouldn't get super upset if you missed it, because, again, it's kind of like those weird, obscure moves that happen in the market that, sure, in hindsight, if you would have put big size on this, you would make a lot of money. But the chart doesn't look great. The reason this is happening is because shorts are stuck in this, right? So it's So shorts are having problems covering because of some nuance behind it. And so with that, shorts are stuck in this. That's what's squeezing it up to obscene levels. Just be very careful. To be honest, this move is almost certainly manipulation in one way or another from somebody. Maybe it's from the company themselves, maybe some other trader, but this is almost certainly manipulation. And again, while you can make a lot of money, you could also lose a lot of money on these things as well. Yeah, so this is just not the same as AMC or GameStop. It's just completely different. When GameStop squeezed, it had crazy good volume, like amazing volume. Everybody was watching it. My mom was calling me like, hey, John, should I buy GameStop? Same thing with Doge, too. My mom called me wanting to buy Doge when Doge was at like 70 cents a share or 70 cents a token. And I told her no, I didn't think she should. And of course, I was right. Doge ended up dropping down to 7 cents. But yeah, just be careful, guys. That's all I'm saying. Hey, what's up, Burrow? What'd you miss today? Not too much, man. We got APDN gapping up some, AMD rebounding a little bit. Amtd is under $9, bouncing at $8 here. You got Tesla and some other tech stocks moving up with PayPal, SoFi earnings, AMD earnings. You got today we dropped Mrna results, and Mrna had good guidance, and I think mixed results but good guidance. CBS, same thing. And then UA dropped results as well. They're all gapping up for the most part from this. SPY itself is gapping up as well. It's at 410.70 right now. We are in an AMD position with only 20 shares, but we bought the dip post earnings because AMD had pretty solid results and dropped from their earnings release. And so we ended up buying 20 shares, and we're kind of riding that up now. We'll see if it treats me well. We got 30 minutes, guys, 30 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, just be careful. Again, guys, whenever you get if you guys remember correctly, right? If you watched the stream yesterday, if you watched the stream and you heard what I said about AMTD, I told people what was going to happen, and then it did, right? So I told people yesterday that the likelihood if this thing breaks lows, the likelihood that it's going to get halted down is incredibly high. Because there's so much volume and emotion wrapped up in AMTD. And so, of course, at the opening bell, AMTD ripped up to almost $13, immediately dumped down to the lows of the day and got halted, and then basically struggled for the rest of the day. And so I called that before it happened. If you watched the stream yesterday, I called this before it happened. I told you guys what was going to happen because I've seen these before. regarding AMTD. I've seen this happen before. And so again, while there's big risks and you could ride them up, there's also, or while there's big reward potential because you could ride them up, there's also big risks as well. All right, so AMD pump it up. We just took a quarter of the position off. We'll hold the rest. So y'all just be careful. From your opinion, John, do you think the market has recovered or we still have a high percent of recession? I think the next few weeks we still have some pretty big earnings, and then I think it's all going to depend on what CPI shows on the 10th. So CPI drops next Wednesday on the 10th, and exactly a week from now. And I think that is the big market catalyst that everybody's going to be paying attention to is CPI numbers. You know, that's going to be the big data. We also have some earnings dropping as well. So CPI data and earnings are going to influence, that in the market's direction heavily. So that's kind of what's going on. And so we'll see. But again, hit the subscribe button. We're going to be covering the CPI report as it happens. Fed minutes is also going to be coming out sometime this month. Sometime over the next few weeks, the Fed minutes report is going to drop, and that's going to influence markets as well. MTCH, Match.com. I don't really like the company. I don't really like these companies. It's nothing against Match.com, but I don't really like the sector of dating websites. Similar to some social medias, I think they're vulnerable long-term in terms of trend changes and just technology, web influence. I think that over time, new apps come out, new sites come out, and I think Match.com, while it might have a huge user base at this point in time, long-term, I think there's vulnerabilities and risk in my opinion. But again, I don't know, maybe Match just rips up and flies up. Not an investment professional, so I'm not sure. But, for long-term, I don't trust it. It looks like it dropped earnings, though, today. At least it had some type of big drop. Let me see what it was. Yeah, so Match.com dropped numbers. It dropped second quarter EPS of 11-cent loss, down from 46-cent profit year over year. So, it's losing money as well. Sales of 794.5 missed the 805 million estimate. So, MTCH missed on both fronts in terms of historical metrics. We could look at see their guidance numbers if they posted anything. All right, so it also had worse guidance too. So the guidance wasn't great for Match.com either. You should not be on these apps. Might cause issues at home. Of course I'm not on these apps. You think I have a Match.com profile, bro? Come on now, man. If I was single, I'd probably be on Tinder, but I'm not. I'm married with kids. Not on any of these. I don't even have Snapchat. Never even used Snapchat. But yeah, so SoFi. Pump it up at 725. It's got up to 730s. When's the Fed minutes? It's sometime in the next few weeks, I'm pretty sure. Usually the way the market calendar acts is like every 6 weeks you got the FOMC rate hike decision, and then weeks later you get the Fed minutes report. So we got here. Fed minutes is going to be out. About 2.5 weeks after the FOMC date. FOMC meeting was last Wednesday, about a week ago. So we're going to have about a week and a half before the Fed minutes report. I'll have to see exactly what it is. But yeah, we're going to have about a week and a half until the Fed minutes report drops. APDN just broke over 550s. All right, guys. So yeah, we're still in a snap. Market's pulling back a little bit. SoFi up there. Again, we are still in AMD small. And we're trying to hold this to see if we rebound a little bit heavier post bell. SoFi dipping down a little bit. APDN trying to consolidate over VWAP. I think holding VWAP on APDN is a great sign if it can. Hey, what's up, Davey? Good morning. Good morning. Hope you're doing good, man. All right, guys. So SoFi still pumping up. All right, guys. SoFi at 720s. We're watching that. We do have AMD at $95. We got Tesla at 920s or 919s here. APDN pulling back a little bit. Again, SoFi pumping up. We do have PayPal numbers as well. Here's PayPal. Still watching AMTD, of course. AMTD is consolidating under $9. It's at 850s. Still holding Snap as well. And Snap recently broke over 10. So that's nice. All right, guys, consolidating here, kind of hanging out. Again, today we do have some earnings dropping this evening. Which earnings do you want me to cover this evening, guys? Let me know. We got Lucid. We got a bunch of other ones. We send it out daily if we can. Like I said, it's been a busy week, man. My grandmother's getting put on hospice, and so we had to drive. To Louisiana on Monday, basically so I could say goodbye to her. And then we had to drive back yesterday after the earnings report for AMD, and so we didn't get back until like 11:30 at night last night, and then got up at 5 a.m. to work, and so I'm just kind of running on E. So I might not be next few days. You might not get the watch list sent out. All right. All right, guys. Sorry. All right. Anyways, yeah, APD is at 550s. We're watching that. Yeah. So, who you think will have big movement earnings? Yeah. So, Lucid, Square. We're probably gonna do one of those two. They both have roughly 30 to 40 billion market cap on both of those companies. I think Lucid probably has the bigger following, and so if we're gonna cover them, that's probably who it'll be. And so, yeah, y'all do me a favor, hit that like button. We're putting in some work in the last few days. So y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that like button if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell. We certainly appreciate the support and love here, team. Got about 20 minutes, guys. 20 minutes until the market opens here, guys. So, yeah, we'll see what we get. Lucid is 3 times better than Tesla. I don't know. I think people are probably just used to Teslas at this point in time. And so they have some bias in that regard just because they're kind of used to Teslas at this point in time. But Lucid, I do like Lucid vehicles. I think Lucid vehicles are nice. Wait, just quick question. Wasn't Lucid the one that rolled the truck down the hill and got in trouble for it? Was that Lucid? We're going to try to send our daily newsletter out here, guys. We do have a daily newsletter. Again, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. We're going to be sending our newsletter out today as we speak, and so we'll probably send it out today. We'll go ahead and try to at least just a quick little newsletter. I might just include a quick little watch list and some of their earnings that came out today is what it looks like we're probably going to try to do. And so, yeah, stick around. We're going to be sending our watch list now. And again, if you want to be a part of that, if you want to be a part of our watch list here, here is the link. Guys, check it out. That was Nicola. Okay, got you. Yeah, I get Nicola and Lucid mixed up. But yeah, there is the newsletter link there. Check it out. So if you want to be a part of it, again, it's completely free to become a member. It's completely free to become a member of our newsletter. Doesn't cost a penny. Everything we do is free, and we try to send it out at least, daily for our watch list. But again, sometimes we're not perfect. Again, if we got stuff going on, we're going to not be able to do that occasionally. But yeah, we'll see what we get, guys. We'll see what we get. It should be a fun week. We're getting ready to send our newsletter out. Now we got hundreds and hundreds of people that are part of this newsletter. And so, yeah, we got other stuff happening today. We got Amtd. Getting ready to send this newsletter out now, guys, so bear with me. We do have AMD pumping up, and I'm trying to be patient with this. I hope it works. I hope it continues. So we did have, like I said, we did have CBS Moderna earnings dropping. So CBS and Moderna earnings dropping today. We're going to cover these also here. So give me 1 second. And we'll cover all of these. CBS and Moderna earnings, and UA dropped earnings as well. Watch list today is going to be HKD, of course, AMTD, APDN. SoFi, we're watching that. Ear, eyes, HSDT. All right, guys. And we are also going to be covering the big earnings report. So we're getting ready to send our watch list out today, right now. We're getting ready to send this out here, team. So be ready. And yeah, our watch list is getting sent right now. Yeah, so that was just sent. So check that out if you're a part of it. We certainly appreciate it. And yeah, so there goes our newsletter. AMTD is at 860s here, guys. We're going to see if AMTD can ramp up. Just sent our watch list out. We do have Snap still pumping up here. Again, hopefully AMD can break highs. It's at 95.20s right now, 95.20s. Again, guys, about 15 minutes. Tesla has a huge jump with their products. AMTD to 1,000. Hey, we'll see, man. Yeah, Lucid. I like Lucid's cars. I also like the Canoe cars. Oh, Canoe had some pretty cool looking vehicles. Lucids look great. I do like the way the front end of Lucids are really nice. Definitely have that new age look, you know. It's kind of interesting. Like a lot of cars have similar looks as they drop. Lucid just has these huge wheels, man. These huge rims for Lucid vehicles. They're really nice though. But I guess the question in that regard is, with huge wheels like this, is that going to be good or bad for handling? Usually the bigger the wheel, the worse the handling is. Mullen looks, yeah, Mullen CEO is going to be appearing somewhere, right? Maybe in Benzinga, I'm thinking. Hey, John, is TD a good company to trade with? I think they're pretty solid. But again, it's subjective, of course. It depends on if you can use the Thinkorswim platform. But I like TD Ameritrade. Really nice platform. Yeah, Mullen on Benzinga. Nice. Tesla is just as much the software as it is the look. Tesla, all those naysayers betting against significant change. Yeah, man. I mean, I think inevitable. Okay, I think this is kind of what really made me switch to being a fan of EV companies, right? Number one is, I'll be honest, I don't really trust these small-time EV companies. I think they have a very difficult road up. I think it's very difficult to succeed as an automaker, especially as an up-and-coming EV automaker. And so I think a lot of these EV companies that are small outside of Tesla and NIO are going to go by the wayside eventually because it's just incredibly difficult. They don't have the consumer base or the fan base to justify producing that many vehicles. And so I think it's going to be a tough road. Not saying anyone specifically, but I am a little apprehensive to invest long term in some of these EV brands, but I think it is high risk, high reward. The other thing I'll say is that EV is just more efficient in terms of vehicles themselves. Like an EV vehicle is just noticeably better than most gas powered vehicles in terms of speed. Certainly, you know, the Tesla Plaid runs a 9 seconds flat stock quarter mile time. That is obscenely fast. I was a fan of the Subaru WRX STIs that run like a 12.1 quarter mile stock. So 9 seconds flat for a stock car is incredibly fast. And so I think over time, they're going to become more and more efficient. And so if they're more efficient in terms of gas mileage as well as speed and handling, then I think that they're going to be the future. You know, of course, big oil and you know, big oil investors and companies don't want to believe that because, of course, that means that, you know, they're going to have they have a fight to make long term and they have to integrate into that market. But again, I just think that EVs have become so efficient that it's the future of automobiles, to be honest. And I think that's a very obvious, self-evident thing. Yeah, Tesla is much more of a tech company, yeah, for sure. Yeah, Rivians are cool. Rivian has been like the Punisher, though, in terms of earnings, man. Every big company, Amazon, Ford, coming out saying they lost billions from Rivian investing. So I think it's been destroying companies short term. Again, what's your favorite niche EV company outside of Tesla and NIO? Let me know, guys. Let me know. I like NIO. I think NIO is, you know, they'll probably be successful in my opinion, but eBay drops earnings today as well. Snap is at 10:02, so we're watching Snap. AMD at $95, 95 bucks. Tesla at 918s. Yeah, APDN is another one that's kind of consolidating between 575 or so and $5 between those $quarter levels. I'm hoping AMD can make a ramp up, but luckily we've already at least got some profit in there. Forward popping. Yeah. Yeah, we're definitely watching AMTD. I mean, it's at 850s, but yeah, we're for sure watching it. Rod, yeah. All right, guys. So yeah, so we're in this. I guess we're gonna go ahead and take a little piece of AMD off here and just kind of hold the rest. If we're gonna hold it through the open, which is in 9 minutes, we might as well hold some here, you know. All right, but yeah, AMD is at 95 bucks, or our entry is right around 95 here. So let's see if it holds. We've already taken a lot off here now. MDIA. I see this one on my scanners. Looks like, to be honest, getting manipulated over the last 30 minutes with the big influx of volume. Unless there was some type of new catalyst here, this is almost certainly from somebody influencing it and jumping in. No new catalyst for MDIA, so there's certainly possible that this thing is getting manipulated by some heavy stock trader that just announced to his following that he's buying shares and ultimately pump the price of the stock up. You know, a lot of the time these gurus front load onto positions, and so they'll buy shares early and then announce to everybody, hey, I'm buying ABC short float or ABC small float penny stock. And of course, I bet you this one's got a small float of about 2 million. So yeah, small float. And so now we are pumping up to 650s here. We'll see what happens. Y'all be careful. SoFi moving up. But yeah, we'll watch MDIA regardless. There's SoFi. It's at 720s, 720s. Yeah, I don't know anything about BYDD. Revlon 300% short, cost to borrow. It says to cover shoot way up. Revlon could make a nasty move soon. Yeah, for sure. It's certainly possible for Revlon. Big short squeeze, big short float data, and it's holding its gains over the last few days too. So if more shorts are getting involved, they might be able to get squeezed out. Yeah, AMTD, crazy big move. Again, AMTD owns 90% of HKD. So AMTD basically owns 90% of HKD, so that's the catalyst for this one. So if HKD runs, AMTD will probably go up with it, although it's not 100% correlation here. Like if we look at HKD and then AMTD, HKD flew up yesterday and after the bell, and AMTD did not. Now maybe some of HKD's reaction was already baked in for AMTD pre-market because HKD didn't really move pre-market and AMTD did. But that's definitely a sympathy move you want to pay attention to regarding AMTD and HKD. They're both related to each other. Yeah, Disney up to 105s. I was trying to tell people it was cheap at the $90 level, $92 level. Yeah, Revlon's kind of crazy. Ridiculous short float data for Revlon. One of the highest short floats we've seen in a long time. You know, for Revlon. Same thing with Redbox. I mean, I was very open. Like people were really hating on Revlon and Redbox when it started to make its moves. But I told people like, look, these short floats are really big. The recipe for a real like voluminous short squeeze is a high short float, a really high short float. And I mean like over 50%. And short float, a small float and a high short float is the recipe. You know, it's one of the reasons AMC hasn't squeezed to the $1,000 level that all the new traders thought it would, because again, float of AMC is like 500 plus million, right? It's just not super. It's not a crazy big short squeeze play because of how large the float is and how small the short float is on AMC. But Revlon and Redbox both had very, very high short floats and small floats. And so when that recipe happens, that's what influences these big parabolic squeezes. If you look at like Revlon, that's kind of how those happen, is because of the big short float. Now, again, you never really know. And a lot of the time, to be completely real, these are all shorted for a reason. So like the short float is high because people are incredibly pessimistic regarding the future outlook of the company. And to be honest, especially with like Redbox, understandably so. I mean, DVDs are obsolete. So nobody really uses them anymore. You might have a niche market that still buy DVDs, but for the most part, they're obsolete. And so it's understandable why people are highly shorting Redbox. But don't underestimate the power of a short squeeze, which is what Redbox certainly was. Now, whether this is done or not, I don't know. But again, you can see the short squeeze here. Looks very much like GameStop. But again, the question is the short squeeze over with? Eventually, the problem with that is that when stocks like this short squeeze, you get a certain percentage of traders that just get stubborn and refuse to exit, right? Short squeezes don't last forever. And a lot of the time, the higher short float stocks are just the worst fundamental companies. And so, in the end, a lot of people refuse to cut these. But remember, short squeezes don't last forever. Like, they're not going to continue going up indefinitely because, to be blatant, most of these are just bad companies. Now, Revlon is a little bit different. They filed for, I think, Chapter 11, which is a reorganizational bankruptcy. And so Revlon might have some good fundamentals long-term. I don't know enough about it to really say. But I know short-term, the Revlon short float is very high. It's holding its gains. It's putting in big volume, and the float is small. And so those are all recipes for a potential short squeeze. And we'll see if they actually happen. Hey, what's up, Pawn? George P, good morning. Hey, what's up, dude? Yeah, Mullins got some news coming out. All right, guys, about 4 minutes here. 4 minutes, team. All right, team. So, yeah, so we are in AMD. I see Tesla dipping down a little bit under VWAP, though. So I see Tesla dipping. I don't know if that's a great sign. I don't know if that's a great sign. Hopefully it holds. And again, we're still in AMD. We're going to see if it holds support here and bounces up a little bit. All right, guys. Yeah, so we got about 2 minutes before the open, a little bit less than 2 minutes. I see Amazon just ramp up here. So look at Amazon pop. Amazon is at 136.30. So Amazon just popped up pre-bell. Again, we're going to be watching AMTD, though. AMTD is at 860s. We're going to see how that acts at the opening bell. AMD is something we're also in with small share size. Already took some profit, but very small position, and we'll see how this one treats us at the open. We're also in Snap. Snap's looking pretty good. But again, guys, we got about a minute left, about a minute. Yeah, SoFi ripped up. PayPal ripped up on good earnings. APDN is now up over VWAP, over 550. All right, team, let's do this, guys. Good luck, good luck. I hope you guys make some money today. Let's keep trying to grow and keep moving up. And let's keep grinding up, guys. I certainly appreciate it. All right, guys. Opening bell's coming soon, team. Let's see if it holds. Dip it down for AMD down to 95s, 95s. Hey, what's up, DS? Good luck, good luck. Hope you make some money, brother. Hey, good luck, Owen. Hey, good luck, guys. Let's hopefully make some money today. We do have Disney pumping up pre-bell. We got AMD pulling back a little bit. The opening bell is right now. So there's the open here, guys. And so far, we got AMTD at about 840s, 850s here. AMD is consolidating and pulling back. We're watching HKD. We're also watching AMTD as well. My AMD trade's kind of pulling back a little bit here. Not really doing what we wanted it to, but that's okay. Amazon kind of chopping back and forth a little bit post-bell. We do have HKD. It's currently at about $2,029 here. HKD at 2K. Going to watch AMTD to see how this reacts to everything. APDN is dipping below VWAP. Tesla dipping below VWAP as well, down to 911. So let's see if we bounce off a 910. Amazon pumping up a little bit. HKD is over 2,000. Amazon just got up to 136s here. We do have Revlon that we're watching as well. Revlon is at 830s here, so we're keeping an eye on that also. Again, we are in AMD with our 10 shares, so very small position there. But APDN dipping. Tesla bouncing off a 910. We told you guys exactly what we thought it would bounce at, and look at that bounce directly off of that 910 level. I mean, listen, when you're right, you're right. But yeah, we bounced exactly off a 910 like we said we might. And AMTD is up to 860s. Not really any big movement here. APDN is dipping down to 5s. AMD is looking better now. If we look at like the SPY or something like that, the SPY is currently at 410s, 410.50s here. Amazon is kind of boosting the market up as well. And Revlon is under VWAP, but maybe making a test for it. So we'll see what we get here, guys. Again, HKD is over 2,000 now. It's at 20.29 or K. So over 2,000. Amazon flying up, ripping up at 137.11s here for Amazon. So we're watching that. Tesla back over VWAP 2. Let's see if it breaks 920 and continues. But Amazon has been kind of what's pushing up. The SPY actually turned red just now, though, guys. So the SPY actually turned red. And we'll short the SPY if we want, if we get a setup that looks good enough for it. Still watching APDN. HKD up to 20.29. All right, we're going to take kind of a hedging short position on the SPY right now, especially with AMD long. We're going to take kind of a hedging short position on the SPY right now. And the SPY is squeezing up against me, so we're going to cut that and wait. Again, we're at AMD small, though. Just kind of hanging out waiting now. Mostly a break-even day so far. AMD ripping over VWAP, though. Tesla moving up, breaking highs as well. And one thing you'll realize is that a lot of the market follows Tesla. Tesla up to 923s. 923s here. AMTD's trying. HKD's sitting at 2,000. So nothing yet. APDN might be trying to pull a red to green move here for APDN. Again, HKD is just at 2K right now. HSDT. All right, so we'll come back to AMTD. HSDT halted on the way up at 214. Pretty big volume as well with this one, so good movement there also. I see a SPY looking good. Again, AMD turned back all the way back up over 95s on AMD. HKD is at 2100. HSDT should resume at 37. 37 is 33. So we'll come back to that one. Again, look at HKD here. It's at 2100. 2100. Revlon is pumping up as well. It's at 870s for Revlon. 870s. Still looking at AMTD also. AMTD is starting to break over as well. But look at HKD at 2100s here. Nice. So we are going to take some profit on AMD. 5 shares left. We'll let this ride up, see if we get a bigger rebound here from this. Revlon pumping up, though. HKD is up over VWAP here. Tesla is breaking highs as well here. Look at Tesla at 925s of the day. So Tesla breaking over highs as well. We got the AMD dip buy. Still riding this up to almost 96 for AMD. We break under this next candle, we'll just cut the rest. Man, Revlon just got all the way up to the previous closing price here. There's HKD. Here's Revlon. Revlon up to 889s, 889. So we're watching that. We'll see if it pulls back. SoFi testing. We're watching the 1 minute chart, Carl. It's right at the opening bell. So, I mean, that's pretty... we're going to go ahead and get out of AMD and just wait now. Revlon pumping up. There's APDN. Let's see if APDN moves, but here's AMTD ripping over VWAP now with HKD. HKD is at 2100s, and so AMTD is at 920. So we're watching that move. We'll buy the pullback here on AMD if we can too. Might take a little bit larger sizing here. We're in 15 shares of AMD, 15 shares. Gonna try to just scalp this real quick. Consolidating for AMD. We'll see if we get up to 96. Depends on what the market does here too. There we go. AMD bouncing up. We'll go ahead and take that little piece off. SPY consolidating, mostly sideways, but slightly green on the day. Revlon pumping up towards that 890 previous closing price too. So far so good. Small trades. AMD market pumping up here, guys. AMTD just rejected here. Let's see if HKD follows it. Revlon up to 890s here, and we do have HSDT resuming in about 1 minute for HSDT. Revlon just broke over that previous high of the day. Still watching AMTD, but here's HSDT as well. HSDT is halted. It should resume sometime in the next minute or so. So we're going to be watching HSDT to see. Mrna popping up. Yeah, we're watching Mrna as well. They dropped earnings this morning. We did cover those also. And here's Mrna at the top right or the bottom right. We'll come back to HSDT in about 30 seconds. Here's mRNA. So mRNA is up to 174.30s here. CBS bumping up as well. So the market's having a pretty bullish open. Not super bullish. The SPY is still sideways and choppy, but here's the Q. Q's looking better than the SPY, though. Q's ramping up. Again, getting ready for HSDT's resumption here, which should be sometime in the next minute or so. mRNA at 175. SPY just broke highs, so SPY looks pretty good. I kind of want to buy AMD again, but I think I'm going to wait. All right, so here's HSDT should resume sometime in the next minute. So sometime in the next minute, it's supposed to resume at 37 at 9:37. It's 9:37 now, so it should resume sometime soon, hopefully. HKD is at 20 point. All right, there's the resumption for HSDT. It's up to 220s. 220s gapped up on the resumption. Now let's see if it holds the gains it made. Revlon pulling back. AMD about to break highs again. Just broke highs of the day again for AMD, at least highs of pre-market session. And now it's up to 96.20s. Revlon dipping down a little bit. The SPY is at 411.40. So the SPY is green, just broke highs again as well for the SPY. mRNA is at 175.50s. HKD is under 2,000 right now as well. So Revlon dipping down. HSDT still pushing up. There's high breaks for HSDT. It's up to 240s, 241s. SPY correcting a little bit as well. And then here's the Q. Q is at 317s. All right, just scalped a little bitty trade on the Q. Small position. AMD testing those highs up there as well. Here goes Tesla starting to break highs. And again, I think that's influencing markets heavily. SPY just ripped up here, guys. Look at the SPY. Watching HSDT, but look at the SPY at the top right. Up to 411s. TUP. Yeah, look at TUP, Tupperware. It's up to 1111s right now. So TUP's popping up. SPY rip it up. Q rip it up. Revlon pulling back a little bit. HKD is under 2K again. Tesla moving up to test highs of the day, or at least highs of market hours. And AMD's ripping up too. So we're not going to buy it up here. We're a little bit too extended. I'd prefer to just kind of wait for a pullback. Still watching HKD and AMTD as well, but they're kind of dipping down some now. Tupperware broke highs again at 1120s. SPY really big up there. Still watching the Q. Not really any good entries for this. We'll just wait for some dips. SPY pull it back a little bit. Maybe we'll get some dip buys here. But again, it depends on what Tesla does at these highs up here. We'll go ahead and buy the SPY dip. Let me fix this. All right, we're in the SPY with 25 shares. We'll buy one more position here on the SPY. And hopefully we get a ramp. It depends on what Tesla does. All right, we're in 50 shares of the SPY right now. 50 shares. See if we get a pop up here like we want. Over 1150s for the SPY. There we go. We're going to cut a little piece of that. Took a quarter off or a half off of that position. Pulling back though now, but that'll protect us in the trade. Watching Tesla here, I think that's going to influence a lot of it. AMD still pushing up towards highs. Big momentum. We're about break even now on this last trade on the SPY. Just because we took profit and then we dipped back down some. We'll go ahead and take that off. Close to break even. We lost a little bit there, but we can just wait now. All right, we're actually scalping the Q now instead. Kind of made our money back on the Q in 25 shares. Gonna see if we bounce. Cut a little bit more. 10 shares left. All right, just made a little bit more on the SPY, but kind of got out break even now. So just waiting again. All right, Revlon bounced up a little bit here. AMTD still consolidating, though. All right, riding the queue up. We're also in the SPY simultaneously here. 25 shares. Covered a little bit more. Still in the queue with our 10 shares here. 15 shares of the SPY. Nice rebound. Go ahead and take that off. Still in the queue, too. SPY consolidating here. We do have a hammer style candle, though, and we're still in the queue also. Up about 20-something on the day now. AMD pulling back. Tupperware still flying up. Tesla finally dipping down some here. We're trying to be patient and wait for this, but just kind of a sideways action. We'll take the green day so far and just wait for another pullback here. We ended up exiting that now. I really like this dip on the SPY, so we're going to get in 15 and maybe add up to 50 shares. There's 30 shares. Hold on one second, guys. All right, guys, hold on one second. Sorry, I'm on the phone right now. Hold on one second, guys. All right, guys. Sorry, I had to do a phone call. All right, guys. The SPY. We bought the dip to the VWAP here. We're probably gonna end up cutting this pretty quickly, unless we get like a big down wick or something like that. Depends on what Tesla does at VWAP, to be honest here. All right, so we're about break even on this one. Okay, that's cool. Slightly green now. Yeah, trying to be patient here, but market dipping down toward more close to neutral at this point in time. We might bounce here. We're gonna keep it. HSDT halted again. SoFi breaking highs as well here. So yeah, SoFi breaking highs as well at 770s here. Tesla consolidating around VWAP, bouncing back a little bit again. We are in the SPY short, or no, we're in the SPY long. I'm sorry. Trying to ride this up. We're trying to give it time too, but Revlon just ripped back over VWAP here. HSDT is halted. SoFi is at 775 and still pumping up. All right, kind of a neutral market. I'm going to get out of this on the SPY. The reason I'm getting out is because Tesla, if we clear this out, Tesla's looking a little weak short term. And so I think Tesla might dump under VWAP. And yeah, there goes SPY. So we were able to get out right before that happened. AMD still looking pretty strong. Yeah, so still pumping up. Forward up. Yeah, a lot of stuff going pretty strong today, man. Big movements here. SPY and Q are both starting to move down here. The Q is definitely stronger than the SPY is today. Also, guys, if you haven't already, check out Top Step. Top Step funds traders and futures. And so they give you a demo. If you can hit their target on the demo, they fund you between 50 up to over 100K. We've been promoting them for years now. And honestly, they're one of the better ways to get around the PDT rule. If you look at the E-mini on the left side here, and then you look at the SPY, this is the same exact price action. You can see it's the same exact thing. This is the same as this. And you can trade this left side here with no PDT rule and trade the same scalping strategies that I do in the futures market and Top Step funds traders. And so they give you a demo. If you can hit their target on the demo while following their rules and conditions, then they'll fund you between 50 up to over 100K with an 80% profit split. This is a company that's regulated and located in the US. They pay out millions every year. They fund thousands of traders a year. They're the gold standard of funded account programs. And so if you want to check them out, here's the link. Great way to help support the channel. It is one of the ways we keep the stream free. And again, great way to get around the PDT rule. Even if you don't trade the futures market, it's a lot cheaper to go the Top Step route and pay the $160 minus 20% off if you use my link than it is to put up thousands yourself and experiment with that, right? It's just a lot cheaper. And so if you can get funded, great. But even if you're just trying to learn the futures market, it's pretty cheap as well. It's only $160 minus 20% if you use my link. Check it out. There's the link. But yeah, market's pulling back a little bit here. We're still watching Tesla. There's Tesla. It's at 916s, 917s right now. And so if we move all the way down to test lows, we might start to move towards more shorting like trades. We are nicely green on the day. So we are green. We've got a little bit of a cushion that we can use. Yeah. When you trade the E-mini, you pay commissions. I just buy and sell the SPY directly though. So like I don't need to trade the futures market because to be honest, my account's large enough to where I can just buy shares directly, right? And so you're going to have a little bit better of an edge if you buy the shares directly, but most, people, especially new traders, don't have the account size to, buy the SPY like I do directly. And so Top Step's just a good way if you don't have the account size that I do, that you can trade essentially the SPY and the E-mini because the E-mini is the same thing. No PDT rule, instant settlement. You can short, go long in it too. ILAG, SoFi ripping up. AMD is making moves as well. Tesla bouncing back up to view up here. But again, we're going to wait and see what happens on this front. Yeah, we're down a little bit. We had some good pops at the opening bell, but the market's mostly sideways right now. If you look at Tesla, you look at the SPY, you look at Q, looks a little bit less sideways. But broadly speaking, everything looks kind of sideways at this point in time. We're just kind of waiting to see what happens. AMD looks good, though. SoFi getting ready to break highs again. So we can see AMTD and HKD, they're both kind of struggling here. Here's HKD down to 1740s relative to previous moves. AMTD is at to 850. So AMTD starting to bounce back. We'll see if HKD follows suit. You can see AMTD is at 860s right now. So starting to rebound a little bit. We'll see if it actually holds these gains at this point in time, right? I back up there though. So SPY's doing pretty solid. All right, guys. So we're kind of hanging out. Again, getting some movement here, watching the SPY, but the market's too choppy right now, so we're not going to push anything. We're green on the day. We love to see green, and we're just kind of hanging out. Watching everything. AMTD starting to ramp back up. The SPY is moving up there. Tesla getting ready to test lows of the day here. Here's the low at 910s on the day. And yeah, we'll see what we get, guys. We're green on the day. So far, I'm pumping up. Yeah, AMTD's trying to get back up there. Again, market is very sideways at this point in time, but we got some other stuff moving. SoFi breaking highs at 795s, almost to $8 for SoFi. So that's making moves as well. Market pulling back though. Again, we might be shorting Tesla here. I might buy like 5 shares short of Tesla and just short the pop. Did it just reject my order? What? Oh, we can't short Tesla. Ah. Okay, well, we could maybe short something else, but no, I'm not going to short anything else. Well, wait, Revlon dumping down here. AMTD starting to move up though. All right, guys, AMD still looking very solid. Pumping up nicely here. Nothing really yet. Again, Revlon dumping down big. We haven't really traded yet. Again, since the last time. Market ramping up, AMD ramping up. Again, we don't really have anything left to really do here, except for watch the sideways market activity. Now, if the SPY starts looking better, then we'll start to take some positions. But for the time being, we're just kind of hanging out. And yeah, we'll see what we get. AMD looking pretty strong, though. So microchip sector looking pretty solid. We'll see if we get some good momentum continuations on that front as well. We get some pullbacks here. Again, sideways choppy market. We're just waiting for that to end here. If you look at the SPY, the Q, a lot of that stuff is mostly sideways. SoFi pumping up. So we'll come back to the SPY itself. Here's AMTD. AMTD is kind of edging closer to the VWAP. If you look at HKD, HKD is at 1850s. So here's AMTD. It's kind of edging closer here. Again, that's a move that a lot of people are watching and waiting for. So yeah, we'll see if we get some better action on that front too. Uh, um, Still kind of hanging out, guys. We'll see what else we got today. SoFi pumping up again. AMD ripping up also. Again, AMTD and the SPY both kind of pulling back some. Still pumping up. Let me see the chat here, guys. APD and rip. Did APD move back up? AMTD just rejected that VWAP here. There's APD and yeah, APD and forming a U-shaped breakout pattern here. Still pretty sideways and everything else. Wow, Joshua, that's pretty rough news. Bitcoin at 23.35K. Starting to pull back some. Tesla rejecting. This might drag the rest of the market down. SoFi out pretty big. Q is flying up. So tech is actually doing really well relative to some other stuff here. But Tesla is not. So Tesla is dipping down some. We'll just see if the market actually does something now. I mean, again, we had a very nice open, and then we pulled back some over the last like 10, 20 minutes. Now we're starting to rip back up. It's almost 10 a.m. All right, so we did buy a little bit of the SPY here. We're actually riding the SPY up as we speak. Rode the bounce. We got ourselves green on the SPY, and we're kind of taking profit here. So we got ourselves back green again there. 15 shares left. We'll let this try to work to see if we can continue to break highs. Q's looking solid too. But we were already down a solid amount on the SPY before we started this trade. So we're actually up, you know, $10, $15 in this trade, maybe less. But we're up some in this trade for sure. SPY trying to pump back up. Hey, there we go. 411.50s here. And go ahead and take that profit and just chill on the rest. Q still making moves. AMTD rejected. Look at Revlon, man. Revlon just broke down here. AMD has still been one of like the big movers here today. Robinhood. Let's check it out. A lot of people talking about Hood. Whew, man, Hood is going crazy, bro. Who knew Hood laying off 23% of its workforce was a good thing for Robinhood? Who knew that Robinhood firing 23% of its workforce was good? But hey, stock market doesn't make sense sometimes, you know. Also, guys, the crypto market has been doing some pretty interesting stuff, and y'all check out BitGet. BitGet's really nice because BitGet allows you to kind of do everything you need to in crypto. If we look at this here, they have crypto deposits. You can do person-to-person trading. If you look at futures market, you can trade crypto futures with leverage. They give you up to 125x times leverage. No PDT rule. Crypto is one of the ways you can get around the PDT rule, and they have USDT futures, USDC futures, Coin M futures, paper trading if you want to paper trade. You can regularly invest in stocks on BitGet. What a lot of people are going to find value, and they got a lot of stocks from, you know, anything you could pretty much think of, they add on BitGet really, really quickly. But most people use them for copy trading, and there's some powerful copy traders here. If you look at Copier's P&L, you can see kind of what traders are making traders money and which ones aren't. Some of these guys are absolutely killing it in the market. And some of them are trading really small, but they're earning money as copy traders as well. So if you look at the ranking here, this person has made about 95%. He's made about 100K, a little bit less than 100K. He's made about 5,000 for copiers. And if you want to follow traders like this, you can see what kind of percentage returns they're making and everything. Some of them are doing really well with small accounts too. You just click follow. You can give yourself stop losses, all that good stuff. They have savings, so you can earn crypto in savings. They have airdrops, and so you can get in early on some of these tokens before they happen. And they do allow US users as well. And so I'm going to post this BitGet link. It's a great way to help support our free content, guys. We try not to really plug anything super heavy in the beginning of the stream. But again, one of the ways you can help support the channel is by checking out BitGet. Super useful for crypto trading, and the crypto market's starting to hopefully rebound some here. But again, BitGet does allow US users. There's the link. Yeah, Robinhood got charged $30 million. And this is the ironic part of the Robinhood catalyst for today, okay? So this is the weird part, right? So Robinhood got sued by the New York Financial Services Department for $30 million. And the reason that they got sued was because they said that they did not employ enough people to maintain the proper infrastructure and crypto trading on their platform to where it was like the anti-money laundering and a few other things. And so they got fined $30 million essentially for not having enough people working on their crypto division. And so following that, Robinhood announces that they laid off 23% of people, which just makes 0 sense to me. 0 cents to me. Again, Robinhood posted okay outlook moving forward, and maybe they're going to make more money in the next quarter because they're not paying all these other people. But man, just a weird day for Robinhood. Robinhood's flying up. It's at 1050s after the opening bell. Yeah, it just kind of crazy, to be honest. Just kind of crazy. Well, I mean, when I say up on the day, I'm talking about in pre-market. You know, Robinhood or AMD filling the gap. So AMD posted good results all the way around, on par with expectations for guidance and better than expected earnings. And so good results for AMD, and it's filling the gap. But when I say green, I'm mostly talking about this post the opening bell. So like we open here, we're green on that. We're actually red on the day on the entire extended hour session. But yeah, market sideways too. Also, we are going to put it on sub-only mode, guys. So we're going to put it in sub-only mode now. And we're going to keep trading, of course. We're going to keep trading, but we are going to put it in sub-only mode. Also, stick around because Beach Bum Trading is going to do a swing trading show today. And so be ready for that as well. Beach Bum Trading is going to be doing a swing trading show. And so if you like swing trading, Beach Bum Trading is one of the best swing traders I know. And he's going to be doing a show here on this channel as well. We're going to be redirecting to that in a few minutes. So y'all stick around for that. Robinhood broke highs, guys, up to 1050s. Up to 1050s. You make money on Robinhood. Hey, do your thing. SPY pump it up, guys. SPY looks good. Q rip it up as well. So the market's getting some strength. Tesla is looking weak relative to the overall market, though. And AMD has been moving up since the opening bell here. SoFi as well. Revlon dumped heavy. And then Amtd and HKD, they just don't have the same thunder that they had the last few days. HKD is recently up to 1930s, though. But, man, look at the SPY fly here, guys. We're getting some big volatility in the market right now. SPY Q flying up. Big bullish action here. We did have Mrna earnings this morning. And Mrna is flying up as well at 186s here. 186s. There's Mrna just flying up. CBS dropped earnings too. Green day all the way around. Let's see if Tesla can come back. But the SPY hood both ramp it up. It looks like the raising rates has been doing its thing to curb pessimism, and helping the markets here. So hopefully, you know, we get some movements. Took a little small position on the Q, kind of taking profit as we speak now on it. Nice small green day today, but we're going to keep grinding up. Apple moving up, Amazon moving up too. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Beach, I'm sending you the link right now, brother, to Discord. Mrna is making moves. Tesla breaking over VWAP here, looking good, looking strong. SPY just flying up here. I'm not going to buy it. We're a little extended at this point in time, but I will wait for a pullback dip to get involved with if we can. How much does the Discord cost? A whopping $0.00, sir. Yeah, I thought about charging people $0, but I think I'm going to go ahead and just charge people $0 instead. SPY pumping up. It's at 412s. We got Tesla at 920s here. We got AMD pushing up. Again, AMD is pretty close to the high of the day here, at least the market hours high. Market hours high are right around 98.50s. And so we'll see if we can break these levels here. ACB cannabis place setting up. I hope cannabis does well, man. It's time. Didn't Sweden legalize? Yeah, unfortunately, the Senate Majority Leader Schumer said that he was pro cannabis legalization. He labeled it a big priority, but then when he put out this bill, he didn't even hold a press conference, which is standard procedure for garnering support for a bill like this. Senator Booker was also silent, as was Senator Wyden as well. Unlikely that bill is going to pass. And this is what I mean, where it's like a lot of these politicians are getting so much PAC money from big corporations. Like if you look at Abbott Laboratories, it's one of the biggest anti-cannabis lobbying firms in the world. They're sending these politicians a lot of money to keep it criminalized. So I'm not going to name names with regards to the politicians, but it's just unfortunate. And because of that, I'm skeptical on some of these cannabis companies long term until that legalization drops, because I think there's too much big money against cannabis legalization, mostly pharmaceutical and the prison industry. They don't want it legalized because it's going to hurt their bottom line heavily, unfortunately. And it is what it is, but it's just kind of one of those things where people can say they support it, but when you look at like their actual actions, very rarely does that equal out. And I'm not a political person. I dislike both sides. I think the right is incredibly toxic in that regard too. It's just kind of, it's just unfortunate that we never get it done, even though they keep claiming that they're going to do it. Getty flying again today. Is it really? There's mRNA pumping up. Getty at $35, $35. So yeah, Getty making moves too. Getty's interesting as well. Again, kind of sideways action. AMD, we're finally getting a dip here. We're finally getting a pullback. I'm not going to buy up the market as it's as big as this. We're going to wait for a pullback to maybe get involved with some other stuff. But yeah, hit that subscribe button, guys, if you haven't already. We appreciate all the supporters that we've gotten today. Appreciate the love and support. It's been an amazing few weeks for growth for this channel. Amazing few weeks for growth. So we truly, truly appreciate all the support and all the stuff we've gotten over the last few weeks. Amazing few weeks for growth. And hopefully, guys, we can continue this move here. We're going to be covering some earnings streams. Like I said, it's been kind of a sad week. My grandmother... hold on one second, guys. Somebody's at my door. All right, guys, it's just the trash guys putting their alarm off. Yeah, but it's not about that. It's about what you need to do in order to garner support for that type of bill is you need to hold a press conference for it, pickleballer. And so if they're not even going to cover the bill, they don't really want it passed. They just want to act like they do. You know what I mean? Unfortunately. And so it's unfortunate, and it's both sides, to be honest, unfortunately, but is what it is. Don't want to get too political, But again, the reason I'm saying this is relevant to cannabis stocks. It's relevant to cannabis stocks. I've had a few people talk about ACB push up today, which is a cannabis company. I'm talking about Tilray, same thing, cannabis company. And so with that, who knows when it's actually going to be legalized nationwide, which is really what it takes to make some of these cannabis stocks run because of banking laws specifically. Yeah, mRNA ramping up. AMD breaking 98s. Again, Tesla looking pretty weak here. SPY up to 412s, 413s. DraftKings, yeah. DraftKings has earnings on Friday. Tesla up there, 917s. We got the SPY at 412s. Watching all of these guys, but again, we're going to get ready to move on over to our crypto channel. Before we leave, though, guys, also, I want you to check out stonk.tech. They are a sponsor of our video. Their platform is coming soon, and it's going to be an updated form of stock market social media from stonk.tech. So join the waitlist. I'll consider it a favor if you join. It's social media designed for investors and traders, and they're going to have a lot of tools for traders to use on this platform. And that's the dope thing, is because it's going to have a lot of tools, kind of a social media platform mixed with tools that you can use in trading. Super, super useful. They're going to have a lot of different types of traders here, and you can join the wait list. I'll consider it a favor. Really cool platform. I'll post the link in chat. Again, they are a sponsor of our video, but a super dope site, and I'm going to be on there as well when they go live. And so check it out. Here's the link. We appreciate the love and support, guys. There's the link right there. For stonk.tech. Again, they are a sponsor of our video, and we definitely appreciate any support we can get. We'll also post this to our Discord as well regarding Stonk. We go posted it to Twitter as well. But yeah, guys, I'm going to go ahead and cut it. We got Beach Bum Trading doing his swing trading show. Beach Bum Trading is going to be doing his swing trading show. Hold on 1 second. We'll get everybody over. Hold on 1 second, guys. All right, guys, like I said, we're going to be doing our swing trading show on Beach Bum Trading. We're going to be moving on to that show now. Again, if you want to help support us, hit that subscribe button. We're going to be going over to swing trading with Beach Bum.